what your mum said.
Hey, I like that one.
Fortunately, eaten by super mutants. Last words.
That's also what your mum said.
All right, so hi, we're back, obviously. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get better than what it already is. We're just probably gonna devolve into the usual chaos and hijinks. So let's get everybody to introduce themselves all at once or one at a time. Come on, everybody, all at once.
Well,
Hi, I'm Anthanum. No,
Hi,
No.
I'm Anthanum.
Hi, yeah, I'll do that. Hi, I'm Anthanum.
Okay, cool. All right, off you go.
wait, no,
It's what, blankety blanks or musical squares or some shit or something.
I'm the GM now.
On the count of 3, everyone. I'm Anthanum. 1, 2, 3. Hi, I'm Anthanum.
Okay.
And I'm your GM. And someone's got to tap the sign. Come on, tap the fucking sign already. Let's get that over and done with.
No, it's not visible. Pretend I'm tapping a sign, everyone.
There you go. Thank you. All right, now we got that out of the way. Hi, welcome. This is Fallout Australia, and it is a little bit of a train wreck. But we love you, chat, so thanks for coming. And, we love our producer, Saz, even though she can't say anything today. Well, she can say things, she just can't be heard. Which
In
is
stream,
a bad
no
thing.
one can hear you scream.
No. I was actually able to hear Saz screaming at me silently earlier. It's a scary, scary thing.
The power of interpretive dance will get you like that.
Yeah, so hi, welcome. We'll get the cast to introduce themselves one at a time this time. Let's start with Cass, who has her other name up, not Mayhem name up.
That's all right. Now we can see that, right?
We're second fiddle here, obviously, Cass.
Hi, I'm Cass, and I'm playing Mayhem, or Maise Jones. And she likes all things explodey and is looking to explode some more things. And when I'm not here playing Mayhem, I am playing in the Radiant Shadows campaign, N.E.R.A, the sweetest little halfling who does nothing bad and is friends with everyone. I'm also Anthanum. And I will pass over to Piggles.
Thank you. I am also Spartacus. I mean Anthanum. I am I am Piggles, and I am playing Fauna Bruha, your Rue of unusual size. And you can find me here. I am not the sweetest little half elf. I am definitely not friends with everyone. Fauna has some very serious goals on destruction and the elevation of Ruehood in Australia. I will pass you on to one of the other Anthonyms in this group, and that is our Dr. Spoosh.
Hi, I'm Anthanum as well, or Mr. Loreman. We have this, Anthanum and I have the same haircut, so I can understand why sometimes it gets a bit confusing. I am neither sweet nor half nor an elf, but I am also here as Spoosh with varying degrees of nose degradation. Yeah, you can't really find me anywhere. I can't even find myself, but I'm on a journey of self-discovery, so that's okay. And I'm going to kind of just toss it up into the air to the other Anthonyms, and whoever speaks first will be the next Anthanom to catch the Anthanom ball, I guess.
Go on then.
The most pregnant pause ever. Well, you spoke next.
Hi, I'm NephthysNile. I may also be known as Anthanum in some circles. I am currently playing a lot of people in a lot of places, but for tonight, here and now, in your ear holes and your eyeballs, I will be playing N.E.R.A, your National External Recovery Automaton, and I have a penchant for books and destruction.
Well, if the real Anthanum will just stand up, just stand up, just stand up. If the real Anthanum will just stand up. Yeah, that's me. Thank you. All these other imposter Anthonyms, I don't know. So where we left it last time, if we can have a little bit of that timey-wimey waviness, cam going on, Days of Our Lives style, as we take ourselves back, viewers, back to a time in the past that was obviously in the past because we're taking it back in time, where the world was younger and more naive. As we zoom in, sort of soft focus style, to a group of adventurers vertebrating away after destroying a compound. But who did this compound belong to? Do we know? Will we ever know? Yeah, I can't maintain that anymore. They blew up the Enclave, Exclave compound in Wollongong. Sorry, Wollongong, we really do like you. It's a nice place. And I know people from Wollongong. They're good people, solid, proper people. Unlike some people from other places that are not solid or proper. But, Wollongong represent. Here we go. Yeah, I can do W's. There we go. So yeah, unfortunately, virtually and in our imagination, we blew the fuck out of Wollongong, and you sort of zoomed away. There was some other stuff that happened. I can't really remember. It was like a while ago, So yeah. Anyone else remember what else happened?
Yeah,
Blew stuff
wallabies
up?
are bastards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
I think that's just random Rue propaganda.
No. They signed on with the Exclave. They're proper so and so's. They don't deserve to.
I think it's
join
justified
the rest of
racism.
RudeCon. Yeah. Speciesism at its best.
Yeah.
There was
Gonna gang up.
clones in the last episode. There was clones of Dr. Spoosh's nemesis.
Arch rival.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, 1 kabod, 2 kabod, 3 kabod, so on and so forth. I think I numbered them up to about 207. I don't know why 207. It just sounded like a really cool number for narrative purposes.
If anyone asks in the vertibed if we can stop for kebabs, I will throw you out.
But
And he's in charge. He's in the driver's seat.
Fauna will behave. Maybe.
Might I suggest just make sure that the doors are closed?
Aw.
Never.
Maybe. I didn't actually announce that we need to keep the doors and windows closed. I probably should have done it.
Keep
That's
your
why I'm-
hands and arms inside the goblin. Get out of here.
So, I did plot that it takes you something like 3 or 4 days to fly from Wollongong to your point on the map along the way. The point on the map being Pine Gap military establishment just outside of Alice Springs. And I don't know. Are you flying directly there? Are you you're stopping off to see the sights? Is there any narrative interlude here, folks? Or do we just want to get to the flip to the back of the book and read the last few pages and find out who done it? Dun dun dun.
You mean
Well-
we don't do that with Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Tell you what, you work backwards. That way you have the perfect adventure.
Exactly.
And you
That's how you project manage something.
Spoosh. Well, Spoosh would be flying as direct as possible. It's kind of hard to tell. He doesn't know what the most direct way is. But unless we,
Well, you've got SatNav, right? And you got your Pip-Boy, and you can interface your Pip-Boy into the Vertibird onboard computer.
it just keeps playing this Toppy Apple song. It's really weird.
I'm sure N.E.R.A has some maps that we
In
can
400 meters, keep going.
That was
that's
scarily
gonna get
good.
really
that's
old.
So happy.
That's my party trick. Well done.
I feel like a N.E.R.A GPS, it wouldn't say it, it'd just be like, not there yet, not there yet. Then eventually be like, you missed it. Ha. Where is it?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Bribe me with an
Fortuna-
interesting book and I will get you there quicker.
I'm just thinking for 2,500 kilometers, every 400 meters that coming up, it's gonna be a very long journey.
No, I think every now and then she'd go, it's okay. I know a shortcut. Just keep going.
But driver fatigue, because as you know, never fly tired in this wide brown land that we live in. And if you are starting to driving long distances and starting to feel a little bit tired, pull over, get some rest. No, for reals, I'm not fucking about. People die on the roads all the time from micro sleeps and shit like that because it's a very fucking long way between spots in this country. So if you're visiting and you're not used to country driving in Australia, please get some rest. Seriously, take a rest every 4 hours.
Or be a passenger princess and then you can sleep the whole way.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yes, you could do that, but we are talking to the drivers, because it's a long way. It's a big country with lots of things that can jump out at you while you're driving if you're not careful. So
Indeed.
Bloody patty melons.
Yeah, kangaroos that look you directly in the eye and then jump on your car.
yeah.
Go on. Yeah, you're gonna. Now I am.
I'll have to tell you this story another time, but suffice it to say, the kangaroo left the road and then came back into my car.
See, that was my experience with a patty melon, which for anyone who's not aware, it's just a really, really tiny kangaroo, sort of goldy brown colored. Did the exact same thing, except rather than jumping on the car because it's tiny, just decided to take out a good chunk of the bumper with its head.
Oh no.
If my rental car.
Oh no.
I am never driving at night in Tasmania again, ever. It's too
R.I.P.
scary.
Patty Melon.
No, screw those bastards. I damaged the rental car. It was on the other side of the road. It darted back. It unalived itself. I was not happy.
Meeples and Dragons does not condone special violence.
Except when it comes to fauna.
We all make decisions in life and it clearly chose a path.
Very, very much so. Very, very much so.
So yeah, like having you can take the scenic tour, stop off and have a look at things, but since only one person can fly this jalopy, he's got to have a sleep every now and then. So
how much do mutants need to sleep? I don't
about
remember.
the same amount as everybody else. So still
Even if I
gotta,
didn't need to, I still would.
I mean, human habits are hard to break so soon.
Doesn't have
But-
autopilot.
That's a good question.
Every now and then, like instead of sleeping, Spoosh is just going to open a window and stick his head out with his mouth open to catch as many bugs as possible, just so he can keep himself well fed. The trip.
and thank you to Anonymous for giving away
Tier 1 sub.
Yay.
subs. Yeah, my eyes are terrible, so thank you, dude. Whoever Anonymous is. Anonymous.
Very nice.
And it miraculously fixed the sign.
Yay! Saz can tap at us all she likes.
Yeah.
She's just given a very good Ara's back in the hands of the producer.
So it takes you off and on about 3 days to get there. Whilst the question of, does Vertibird have autopilot? Yes, but it doesn't work like it does in the movies, because essentially a vertibird is like a helicopter, and you still need a human person to help land it, because the helicopter's notoriously hard to actually fly compared to planes.
If it's
So I'm led to believe, because I don't know, I can't fly anything.
3 days, I think we would land at least every now and then for bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
Like we have a Rue of unusual size who probably takes poos of unusual size, and so like for 3 days, that's great.
I
know
agree.
what?
There's only so much that Fauna's willing to like stick her butt out of the moving helicopter to prove. So I think that is a very valid point.
I think there's a new emote for you, Saz.
Poos of unusual-
Imagine being the poor super mutant under that flight path.
Do more damage than the nuke we dropped.
It could be worse. It could have been the combat wombats. They have not only big poos, but also square poos, which
Yeah.
would be very confusing on the way
That's the
down.
answer of what fell out back. Poos of unusual
Yeah,
size.
I think that's
Terminal
it.
velocity.
That's what fell out back.
Mystery solved. Done.
Done. Everyone can go have a cookie. Oh, I regret nothing. Thank you, Spoosh.
You did ask for some scenic detours,
Yeah.
GM.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, okay. Because clearly that's on me. That's entirely my fault. The image of a Rue of unusual size buckling themselves in, open the door, and then hanging their butt out in the wind for a scenic aerial dump time.
It's
Well,
like the
yes.
life cycle on a bidet from the get-go, though.
Well, you know, if you're going fast enough, you know, you might get a vortex happen and it'll just rip that sucker right out.
Hey, it'd be very, very efficient. And yes, it is your fault because you left the suggestion there with no direction. This is what you get.
Working with fucking toddlers.
13 episodes in and you still haven't learned.
Excuse me, you're working with chaos gremlins and you know it.
We work in the end sector. You know, you say yes, we say.
Saz, can you tap the fucking sign for me, please?
just for our watchers. That's just went no.
All right, so you're flying in day 3. Let's say day 4. You know, stopped off to admire some of the views along the way, get some water. You know, stock up on stuff. I don't know. There's a couple of settlements along the way you can drop in and say hi. And as you're flying in, like the ground here is not as green and luscious as the background that we have here. It's kind of more red and dusty and like zero green, like no plants at all, no greens. The Chaos Gremlins, you know, are not allowed. I'm just saying. Yeah. So it's mid-morning. It is brutally hot as you are coming in. Even though it is this time of year, it is still very, very, very warm out. So we're talking about a 32, 33 degree day. And you're already feeling it, even though you're altitude-wise, I don't know, how high do you want to be, Spoosh? And I mean that in altitude terms.
Oh. I don't really know. I guess not so high that we can't really kind of depend. At least, like, I think we probably would want to try and stay above the clouds as much as possible, just so people aren't just kind of looking and being like, oh, like you don't see vertibirds up here much. So, it's really the main thing, just as undetectable as possible. But
In a very loud vertibird.
yeah,
How high
they
can
look
the
up and hear us,
vertibirds?
but I don't want them to look and be like, one vertibird.
How
Well,
high can the vertibirds go?
Well, they're based on the osprey, so ospreys can go quite high. So
Okay. So it's reasonable to
Not-
go above the clouds.
yeah,
until-
they won't be flying
low
at
clouds.
747, you know, passenger jet levels of 30, 40,000.
But like light plane
probably easily
levels?
12 to 15,000 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds doable. Like low-hanging clouds
So that's
would definitely
above.
be in that realm.
Yeah, you'd be above
Yeah.
those guys. You know, because anything higher than that, you're starting to talk about having to put on breathing apparatus and stuff like that.
I mean, for those that need it, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fauna might suffer.
which is
I don't think they
everybody
make them for her
but you.
face.
Inferior models, what can I say?
Oh, there's a lot of speciesism going on
Get
today,
some
isn't there?
upgrades, yo!
And get a book up here while you're at it.
Get a book up, yeah.
Catchphrases from Fallout Australia. Get a book up here, and Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat.
No, just to get a book up, yeah.
I'm so happy. Yeah, all right. So if you're around, say 12,000 feet or so, then it's rolling time there. Is it Captain Spoosh?
No, I definitely can't be the captain. I'd say
Air Marshal Spoosh.
Yeah.
Pilot Spoosh.
Wing Commander Spoosh.
He's
Ooh.
pilot Spoosh.
Okay. Would Wing Commander Spoosh give me a perception plus what? Plus pilot, please.
Perception
Roll.
pilot. This is something I have the ability to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, but my perception is 8. My pilot is 3. Alrighty. We have got ourselves a 4 and a 5.
Okay. There's this little dial in the middle of the panel and like in front of you, and it's got this little green thing that's going round and round. It goes ping and ping and ping, and then there's like this little red dial next, a little red panel next to it that just pops up with alarm, and off in the like headphones, you know, coming over the top of that smooth jazz that you were listening to, is now this sort of and it's starting to get a lot more insistent than it was a little minute or two ago, where it was just like and you know your attention is drawn to the fact that you know this radar-ish kind of thing in the middle. There's a tiny little dot getting really close.
Kind
Kind of almost on like an intercept course, if you will. Now, if the vertibird is a dot that big, this thing's about a quarter of the size of that.
Oh, so it's a smaller vertibird, clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Going really fast.
While I don't know how they'd possibly shoot something back at us. This could be another love letter, N.E.R.A, from that giant person.
Her
Okay.
ex.
Seriously, he just doesn't know when to quit. Oh my god.
Do
Did you
we?
actually tell him that you broke up?
I mean, he kind of shot at everyone.
I know, but you know, different love languages.
What's
I
your
don't
love
think a
language?
bomb
Mine's
is a
missile.
love language, you know?
I mean, I would agree amongst living breathing species, but you know, I'm not going to king shame a robot, even though it decimated a good chunk of my people.
I mean, I read this book once that was talking about love bombing, but I don't think this is quite the same. I think, look, this is a conversation for a different day and a different species. Today is not the day, okay?
Maybe you and Maisie should, you and Mayhem should make notes.
We either can, I don't think this is as evasive as we could be. I don't think we have that long. We can either start chucking things out the back and hope it hits it, or we dive.
What direction is it in?
It's kind of coming a perpendicular direction.
So you meet alongside?
Do you want to make me a perception plus science, please, N.E.R.A? And you can calculate the trajectory with 2 successes.
Okay, so perception is 7, science is 2. Do I have anything extra? No, because my hazard detection mod is just for survival tests. Damn it. Okay. So that is 1 success. I'm going to use an action point and hope I get another one. I do, with a 4 and a 5.
Okay, you can figure out, given the GPS coordinate that you're coming in, the angle of approach, it was probably fired from your point of destination, the Pine Gap military installation.
Okay. And how far away are we from our final destination?
Probably about 2 minutes out, and the missile is maybe about 10 seconds away.
Okay. Spoosh, dive.
Spoosh will just rocket it, just push straight down. Hopefully this isn't inverted controls and we don't just go straight back up. But we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Over
Did
the-
you
over the-
remember to go into settings and change, invert the y-axis?
It's only if it's default inverted settings, which if that's the case, then like we're surely the Exclave are smarter than.
Yeah. Yeah, as well. So remember, they're the Exclave, so I don't think it is defaulted, because I always have that problem when I have to go into my, because I am a, invert Y person. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, can you roll me a piloting and agility roll, please, for evasive maneuvers?
Hopefully Fauna's not pooping at the same time as we start diving.
If Fauna was pooping, I would just pull a massive spin. Giant cube of kangaroo poo would hit it. Like we'll return fire by
Running it off course.
we'll start
Kind of like a natural chafe button, right? Electronic countermeasures.
Yeah, it's like
Blue chafe.
a smoke screen, but different.
Was it agility and pilot?
Agility
Yes.
and pilot, yes.
Just the
Please.
1 success. Even with a 6 and a 10. My agility is not great.
That's your ability to react to stuff. You do have action points available to you, says the GM, for no particular reason whatsoever.
Be afraid,
luck
everyone. Be
points.
very afraid.
Alright, I will spend some of these action points to adjust my action and re-roll. That's what they do, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's take a look. Worse, still nothing.
Oh no.
All right.
dear.
Is there anyone in the party who might be in the cockpit with Spoosh right now, N.E.R.A, who might want to assist in this avoiding being struck by a missile?
Yeah, I
situation
reckon
that you
I
have?
would. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was agility and piloting?
Yes.
Okay. I've got 1 success.
Awesome. That is enough.
That's enough? Okay.
Yep. So, you want to describe how you assist your young Wing Commander Spoosh here?
Sure. As Wing Commander Spoosh is like dive, and taking a couple of turns and stuff like that, tiny, insignificantly weighted N.E.R.A is just going to throw herself over to the other side, like the banking side, and maybe grab the stick as she does so, using the momentum of her infinitesimally small frame to just give a little bit of an edge to the bank.
And as you do, quite conveniently, a missile of some variety goes screeching past underneath the wing that was momentarily, just mere moments ago, would have been in its pathway and would have unfortunately ruined the missile's day by getting in the way of the missile. So you're terribly polite, getting out of the way of the missile. So, go you for being such a polite and generous person. And the missile goes on its merry way to explode out there somewhere, as is wont is.
You're welcome.
You're about probably about a minute away from landing now.
I wonder, like, if we should. It's like we've dived, but not diving enough. If we just almost approach it like sort of just above the ground, so even if they hit us with a missile, the speed we're going at, they're going to get hit by a giant burning vertibird. I was gonna say carcass. Maybe I've been spending too much time with the robots. I'm starting to think of metal creations as actual living things.
Well, in that
Hey!
maneuver,
Doesn't our vertibird have some sort of weapons attached to the outside?
it does. It has some weapons attached to the front and the side and the outside as well. Yes, it has two 30mm Gatling cannons on the front. You know, there's one that go brrrr and spin around. It's got two of those in the nose, looking like whiskers. And it has a 50 cal door gun hanging off the side if you want to get your, Vietnam era Iroquois chopper moment happening. With Painted Black playing on in the background. And
That sounds like a N.E.R.A moment right there.
tiny little robot, very large 50 cal, yeah.
It would
Getting
be
thrown
definitely
around.
Definitely funnier than Fauna doing it, that's for sure. She might just be holding N.E.R.A up to it so she can have her moment.
You also have a 40mm cannon pod slung under the chin mount, and two rocket pods on the roof, and I'll let you have one bomb left. It didn't release properly.
That belongs to the captain.
You're not sure if it will actually release or explode if you kind of try and release it and explode it where it is. So thus far, you haven't pulled the lever again. The shiny red lever.
Pull the lever.
The big
Don't pull
shiny
it.
red lever.
You've booby trapped it, and we're not to pull the lever.
Pull the lever, Crunk! No, bad Fauna. Fauna, do not pull the lever.
So, well, as you know, as a captain with some experience, I would suggest that we maybe open fire or lay down some suppressing fire.
At what?
Whatever was just shooting at us.
It was a guided missile.
I think if we started, like, there's the chance that if we get there, like, they're probably just, because we look like an Exclave vertibird. If we get there and kind of turn up going, we're not the Exclave, but if we turn up shooting, kind of limits our options. Unless we're Sky Pirates, in which case I don't want to be committing Sky Mutiny, especially after we treated the last pirate, so I'm still happy to go along with the captain's orders.
Should we do a sweep around since we are in the vertibird?
Mm-hmm.
And see what we can see. If they start to aim things at us, we can absolutely open fire straight away. I don't think that anyone would have an issue with that. What do you think, Captain?
It all sounds very reasonable. Not my not my usual style as captain, but
And then we can be Sky Pirates, definitely. We're just going to make sure we don't get blown up first before we get the chance to be piratical.
I did say I was an experienced captain, not a good one.
She does have a point.
She's done something right, though. She's still alive.
And I'm gonna award an action point for that.
Yay!
Number one captain.
That's right.
All right, so you're just doing a sort of combat air patrol style spiral around. How far out do you reckon, meters wise? Like, you're on approach, missiles come through, it's missed. There doesn't seem to be anything else that's fired off. I would say altitude wise, you're probably very low now, probably like maybe 100 meters, maybe 300
Hmm.
feet kind of thing, because that is a safe level to be at. So, I heard that.
Yeah, how did we hear that?
Yeah, we heard that.
Saz, you might have sound.
We can hear our producer who just sneezed.
Yay!
Damn it, we have a stowaway. That's
Moments in science.
time for vertibird justice.
Now we just need to make her laugh enough to hear it on stream before she mutes herself. Everyone, quick, be funny.
It's too much pressure.
I know, that's why I said it.
You're famous now, Saz.
Wow.
Sneeze heard across the internet.
Oh, can I clip it?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
clip it. Wrap it up and give it to Saz as a present.
Yeah. The not so silent producer.
Always watching. So I'm having a thing with Disney quotes tonight, everybody.
So yes, how far out do you want to do this spiral? What altitude and how far out? Bearing in mind that you probably don't want to be more than about 80 to 100 meters up for your weaponry to work, because you have non-guided weaponry.
Yeah.
69 meters.
Nice.
Yes, I'm here for that.
Yeah, I give up.
As you should. Play with us, GM. Play with us.
Yeah, all right. So you're at 69 meters.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing? You're going to spray? You're going to shoot your load?
I don't think we were shooting.
You know?
No, we're doing a loop
We're just
around.
peeping
Yeah.
right now.
Just
We
taking a-
want to know what we can see. Do we see people? Do we see guns aiming at us? What do we see?
So what you're telling me is you're circling around like this before you decide whether you want to shoot your load at the thing there. So yeah, okay. So you're just doing that. Yeah.
we
yeah,
we are
okay.
planning
Checking it out.
our approach.
Yeah.
Gotta see if they're receptive.
And we have
That's right.
3 days of kangaroo poo we could drop, so
Water is prepared.
Man the brooms.
Okay. This is what happens when you don't play with these guys for a month. Clearly it stores up, folks.
incidentally
Yeah.
actually stored up.
Yes.
It's 3 days
You
worth.
say that like this is any different to any other session.
What just
Yeah.
on average as well is like what percentage wise would you say a roo of unusual size is in larger than a regular roo? Roughly, like is it additional?
Let me do some Googling very quickly while everyone else talks.
The average
And
kangaroo,
I will put it in the chat.
the average kangaroo feces is a collection of like each one is 3 centimeters. So I'm trying to do the maths of how big the average collection of poop is, just so I can figure out how dangerous they are.
Well, if we load it into like what the gun, the 30 cal gun or whatever it is on the side, we can just.
Oh, that's
I
true.
feel like
We're in an arid
multiple-
environment, so they're probably dried out, and so they're non-lethal rounds. I just heard it's like beanbag rounds, but it said it's kangaroo feces rounds.
Yeah, they've hit you
If
and just
they're
explode
dry
into
enough,
dust.
if
So
they,
you'd
if
have a
they
poo
solidify
shooter.
enough into coprolite, then they will be deadly, but that takes a while.
Did you say poo shoot? Is that what you just said?
Can we move it on and just a touch, folks? Away from
No.
the poo cannon. You know.
Okay, so the poo cannon has been poo-pooed. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm still looking up kangaroo poo, just so you know. Oh no, the
No,
sign.
Oh,
The
no.
sign.
Piggles, you do
Sorry.
you. Hey,
Move
the
on.
sign's not for me for once. I take no responsibility for this.
Okay, fine. I'll be a responsible adult. Jan,
When?
please, what do
When?
we see? Just for a brief second in the question I asked, I'm back to normal now.
What do you see? Okay, so there, as you're sweeping around, you can see what looks to be a military installation of some variety. It's got big domes that are there that have that covered over shit so you can't see what's underneath the dome. There are bits of the dome that have been worn away over time and shredded. So you can see the superstructure of the dome and the radar dishes and what have you underneath. There is one of those that looks completely shredded, and there appears to be a missile launcher of some variety underneath that. And for those who would give me a perception plus big guns, I'll tell you a little bit more information if you get enough. About the missile launcher, that is.
Got 2 successes.
1 success.
All right. It seems to be a standard missile launcher that has fired off everything, which is why there was only 1 missile launched at you, because normally they would launch 2 at a time. So it looks like it's empty. It's still tracking you, but it's empty because it has not fired again, which would make sense from what you know of these things. There seems to be some activity under one of them. You're not sure if it's because it's got that dome shit over it, so you can see something kind of moving, but it looks like it's regular movement. You're not sure if it's just wind blowing through or something actually moving because it's moving in a regular pattern. You know what I mean? You're not sure if it's something live or just environmental.
Got it.
There is what appears to be a some kind of space lander on the ground, and a lot of crates of something next to it.
I'll communicate to the rest of the group that I don't think we're going to get shot at by the missile again.
So do we take it down?
I think we just take it down.
Yeah. Let's give ourselves enough room
Yes.
where we can have someone shoot from the helicopter if need be, and as we just in case. But yeah, I'm all for going down if seems like we're not going to get blown out of the sky.
Cool.
Yeah, no, there doesn't seem to be anything else happening going on. In terms of movement or what have you, it seems to be fairly dead here.
It seems like there's some movement out there, but
Let's go down then.
So, Wing
Yeah.
Commander Spoosh, you landing?
I'm
Dr.
landing
Wing
here.
Commander.
I'm just drinking the last of all the water we had on board before I land, because we're probably going to be thrown in some sort of brig or jail. And so we'll land very slowly, very delicately, but still aiming, making sure that we can try and keep as much distance as we can, so that if we need to fire for whatever reason, we can.
Okay, cool. Well, there's a rather convenient, landing pad there, which is a short walk away from what is clearly some kind of spacecraft. Maybe 30, 40 meters. So it looks like spacecraft has come down and landed on the vertibird pad. You can land on the next vertibird pad. Well, you can land out in the paddock, but that's a, good 400 or 500 meters away.
Yeah, no, that's too much cardio. Definitely on the pad.
Yeah. Too much cardio,
Yeah.
All right, so you're down. Are you going to do anything, special ops style disembarking, hut kind of thing? Or are you just going to get out?
no, N.E.R.A's going to hold her hand up and go, give me a sec. And I'm going to, from the open door, I'm going to scan using my hazard perception.
Okay. Scan away.
I don't know, again, why it's Morse code, but it is. So that is
effect. It could be like a Cylon eye.
room. So that's 2 successes again. I'm rolling really good tonight, and I've just jinxed it.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, there is something hazardous out there.
Something hazardous out there, folks.
Non-human.
Not a people.
Not a people. More a machine intelligence. Thinking.
Some kind of bot out there, I reckon.
Several of them.
Oh, make that 1+.
Yeah, but quite distant. Yeah, you reckon probably 500-600 meters.
So where the field is?
Kind of where one of the domes is. The one with the sort of regular movement that was happening.
Kind of over that way.
But yeah, it's a fair distance away, so.
So get out, get the shit, get back in, go. I don't know where we're
Yeah.
going, but yeah, I reckon just that.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, remember
Maybe-
you've got the briefcase as well, which has the
Oh.
coordinates for exactly where the thing is fell out back, and you're kind of on top of it. In fact, it's kind of right where that spacecraft thing is.
It crushed whatever fell, damn it.
And you know it's a spacecraft because it's got space re-entry vehicle written on the side.
Right. N.E.R.A will hop
Simple.
down.
Yeah.
Do we
looks-
leave one of us in the vertibird with it like idling just in case something happens? Or are we all going to get out?
I think Fauna will definitely get out because she's of a little bit more use outside than inside the vertibird.
Yeah,
Um,
N.E.R.A's already out because she's like, I can, if we have to hack, we'll hack.
Yeah. Spoosh potentially should stay with the vertibird because he's the only one who knows how to pilot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he gets hurt out there, I'm not going to drag him back in.
I definitely will not wait for you all to get out and then leave and resume my adventures of self-publication.
Hey,
No.
Spoosh, where did I get this multi-tool from?
It's a long, convoluted story that involved a lot of sacrifice and tragedy on my end and heroics. I put it there. I thought you could use it.
On my shoulder?
Oh, it's like the highest point because like I've noticed that especially like during combat and stuff like that, you tend to like kind of turn and have red eyes. So I figured that if you spin more, it now adds a bit more of a dangerous arc around you. You could multi-tool all the people around you. Or that way, or like N.E.R.A could always like pick you up and like kind of then use you as a wrench and just kind of spin you around with the multi-tool.
Right. We'll talk about this later.
I didn't want to carry it anymore. That's just which kind of was like, it was throwing my aim off.
Right.
Too much cardio, right?
I've adjusted like a vertibird. I have a maximum weight that I can carry, and that weight is not very high.
Right.
Okay.
Very fair.
So, team, what's the plan? Are you heading directly towards the space vehicle?
Yes.
We'll stay in from here.
You'll observe from afar?
I'll be right next to it. Like I'll just look out the window.
Yeah.
Well, you could fly the vertibird over there and kind of, if you get a good enough piloting role, land next to it. If you don't get a good enough piloting role, you land on top of it.
What's the maximum N.E.R.A like of your grip? Like if you were to grab onto something and hold on, what's the maximum weight before your arms rip off?
So N.E.R.A's backpack opens up and she docks this shit and just like, what do you want? Which one of these?
So I'm just saying, yeah, like what if we like tied something to you, and if we absolutely have to, you grab the re-entry vehicle and then we fly the entry vehicle out of the
You want to use a National Library of Australia asset as a grappling hook?
There could be books in there. The way it's Schrodinger's books right now. For all I know, we are returning books to the library.
You make an
Well,
excellent
once-
suggestion.
Once
Let's
he's
do
got
it.
a good idea.
Now that my brain's no longer having to, I was to say mute, but that's definitely not what my brain does to my nose. It no longer is just like using up actual power to hide my nose from my vision. It's freed up for ideas. Brain is now generating ideas, and they're all wrong.
Amazing. Yeah, so N.E.R.A will grab out rope. Do we have rope? I'm assuming we have
Yeah,
rope.
Vertibird's going to have a tow cable.
Yeah, cool. I will grab one end with one of my hooks from my backpack and put the other on like one of the handles inside the door.
Yeah, they're set up for that.
Mhm.
You know, rescue and recovery stuff.
Yep.
So you got a good amount of, well, this cable will be on a spool of about 100 meters. It's pretty heavy.
How far away from the re-entry unit are we?
Oh, probably only about 40 meters.
Oh, okay, easy.
Yep. Fauna can
You know,
carry
like
the-
think of them
carry
like
the cable.
helipads. You know,
Yep.
standard everyday helipads next to each other, and they're in a group of 4 helipads.
Cool.
So we just hooking this up and then getting back in and taking off.
Well, we'll probably try and have a look inside, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll see what's in there if it's valuable.
Yeah, there's no point in carrying it with us if it's, nothing. It's just a waste of fuel.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, can I have one of you just to declare this plan because I want to hear it out loud in your out loud talking voice? You know?
We're
We are
going
making our way to the landing unit.
Yep.
We are going to inspect said landing unit for valuability of assets within. If upon assertion that said items are of valuability high enoughs, said items will be procured and brought into our possession, back into the vertibird, upon which time we will skedaddle.
Yes.
Right. And you're hooked onto the tow cable just because.
Well, no.
Well,
You can hold on to
the unit might be valuable. There might be good metal or some trinkets in it, or
Yeah.
It's a
Space
re-entry
Mackers.
vehicle, so we can't pilot it back up into space. Otherwise, that would have been my first suggestion, and we turn this into a space opera.
To infinity and beyond. Yes.
I also would like
Really
to
hadn't thought that one through, had I? That you might want to try and go back out to space.
Can't fall out back if there's no down.
And it becomes the 100 all of a sudden, but in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do the Superman thing of move so fast we go back in time, and we're going to land back before the bombs fell. And it's going to be, well, it turns out we're the ones who launched it. We started the fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Fauna would probably get on board with that.
Righto. So the walkover is actually quite pleasant. You know, it's cooled down a little bit, and it's a little bit dusty though. Nice, shimmering, warm day, but a bit cooler than it was earlier. And yeah, you rock over to this thing. It has clearly arrived not that long ago, since you're still getting a little bit of radiant heat off it. and there's a couple of cargo protectrons unloading it. There doesn't seem to be anybody else, just this, 2 protectrons, like, the cargo style ones. Just sort of like utility ones walking in, grabbing stuff, walking out, and doing their protectron thing. And putting boxes on like a skiff style pallet mover. They're just doing their thing, walking in, little yellow light going off. You can see the little yellow light reflecting off thing. One of the interesting things though is there's no actual windows at the front of the re-entry vehicle.
Should there be?
Well, I know, and thus know there doesn't necessarily need to be for this particular type of vehicle.
So no people.
Noted.
No, that was more to myself. I was saying, like, what are they looking at? And, like, I mean, you don't need a window in space. Like, what's out there? More space.
Yeah, you got a point. It's not as if you're going to see a lot.
Especially if there's actually people in there, or like, is it a piloted vehicle, or like, was it,
or is it like a robotic vehicle?
Yeah, like artificial intelligence. In which case, Windows don't really.
Space library.
Yeah, space library. It could be where they've put all the it could be a giant freezer and all the perishables that are in there.
Yeah. Like space party bus. So protectrons are just doing their thing. They're going in, they're going out, they're going in.
So they haven't noticed it yet.
Well, they pay no mind to you.
Okay.
You are supplementary to their programming, so they just don't care. Their job is to unload the thing.
Can I take one of the boxes that they're unloading off them?
Yeah, they don't seem to care. What you do notice is there's a couple of protectrons that are starting to head towards the vertibird, though.
Oh. They're going to load stuff up for us.
No, they're the unloading types. They're not the loading type. And they've got an unloading skiff with them as well.
Spoosh is getting unloaded.
Hopefully they don't try and unload the bomb that's currently stuck. I'll see what they can unload all of Fauna's poop. Oh.
N.E.R.A's going to open one of the boxes that's on the skiff just to see what the dealio is.
Well, I don't know, just roll me some 20s.
You want me to roll a 20? I don't think I want to roll a 20.
No. So some D20s.
That's better. I can do that.
Yeah. You don't want to roll a 20.
So I got a 4 and a 1.
Okay, cool. So you open up the first one, and it has it's a box of Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat bobbleheads.
N.E.R.A will, if it was possible for a robot to roll their eyes, she's rolling her eyes.
Yeah. Collector edition ones.
No, that changes everything.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. And the other box is a box of Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat bobblehead collectible bobbleheads. And the third box is a box of Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat alarm clocks. Because sometimes you've got to get up out of your sleepy times. It says that on the alarm clock.
Right.
And the fourth one is a box of Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat onesies.
Oh, how big are the onesies?
The various sizes, ranging from baby through to, oh my God, aren't you going to have a heart attack?
Are there any gold lame ones so we can give them to Spoosh?
No.
Oh, rude.
No.
How dare they not merchandise in ways that make Spoosh shiny?
Yeah. And Yeah, so it seems to be all Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat merchandise.
It's useless.
Lots of bobbleheads. Lots of
It's-
alarm clocks.
Fauna's gonna like wander over and like just kind of rifle through some of the stuff, like looking really puzzled, being like, really?
Apparently.
Like, are they making these up there?
Are they so precious that they need to be kept in? I don't understand.
Like, would these be things that like Fauna recognizes as like a valuable thing? Because my gut feeling is no, but I just want to check in there.
Not unless you're a collector.
Yeah. Captain, like, have you traded these before? Has your mum traded these before? Like, are these
But you have
Yeah.
seen bobbleheads, you know, they're
yeah.
But
They-
would I
they are
understand the limited editionness of these particular Sleepy Time Ghost goat things?
they well, like the collectible figurines do give you advantages, you know, like greater perception, you know, after you've had a good nap, and things like that. The limited edition ones are, you know, bobbleheads are known to, you know, make you know, and they're all in different poses. That's why they're collectibles. You know, so some of them, like, you know, might make food work better for you because, you know, you had a good meal before getting a nap and things like that. They all do different things, you know, according to the people out there. So, yeah.
Would my mum have traded them before?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you'd have.
So
traded
I
these,
would recognize them
Yeah.
as something that could potentially be worth.
Yeah, they're potentially worth a bit. The non-collectible ones, like the non-limited edition ones, are just like, you know, big bobbleheads, you know, like Naughty Dog style bobbleheads. But what does occur to you is like they're sort of the same size as Reginald and the other ducks. And with the alarm clock, you could probably adjust the mechanism so that, you know, you have a new supply of maybe not ducks, but you've got, you know, Mr. Fluffy the Sleepy Time Goat grenades, perhaps.
Just to check, Mayhem will grab one and we'll just throw it at one of the nearest robots just to see if it does explode on its own.
Oh no, it doesn't explode on its own, but it's got a good weight to the hand.
It's a goat.
It's a goat.
You
Oh,
know,
it's
like,
sleep.
it fits in the hand nicely, you know, because the body fits in the hand, and you got the bobble head, so, you know, you could like definitely get a good fling to it.
For the
I reckon.
like, as you said before, that they have different effects after you have a nap. Like, how do you like? Is it just you have to have it near you? Or
Oh
do
no! Essentially, these are just bobbleheads, as in the rules, right? And do what different bobbleheads will do.
Let's say, because if we get any intelligence ones, crumble it up, and then we fly the vertibird around and shoot it, those that survive would have an increased intelligence. So it's like this weird social Darwinism of if you survive the vertibird coming past, you all become. And that would suit Spoosh's vision of creating a smarter, less populated wasteland.
This is very true.
It's at this time, N.E.R.A, that your alarm goes off that there is danger now within a 30-40 meter radius.
Guys, wrapping it up.
Oh, Jesus, which direction?
That one.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
the robots that you first pinged have been slowly making their way over.
all right. Are the crates piled up enough that they can be a bit of a barrier?
You could hide behind them if you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Let me
just-
hop in the vertibird, because then whatever it is has to come to the vertibird, so then we can just shoot. Like, the vertibird's
Yeah.
armored, but
Robots will get to you before the others can get well, the robots will get to them. You're in the vertibird.
Which is, yeah, so lay down suppressing fire.
Mm.
We'll grab some boxes because they are worth something.
Yeah.
Can N.E.R.A interface with the protectrons that are offloading and get them to pull the skiff over to the vertibird? Can I hack the protectrons?
You can definitely have a go at it. Absolutely.
You still have you've got the rope tied to you as well, don't you? The cable.
I've got the tether, yeah.
Okay, cool. Worst case, like Swish will say over the rate, or like even like loudspeaker on the vertibird if necessary. If we don't have any sort of communications, like make sure to grab the space vehicle if necessary.
Well, that was the idea. I get the protectrons to take the crates over, and I hook the tether onto the space unit.
Genius.
Intelligence plus science. No, repair for hacking.
And there's an action point there if you need it.
And I have hacker rank 2. So the difficulty of skill tests to hack computers is decreased by 2 to a minimum of 0.
There will be a minimum of 0. Because they're just utility protectrons.
Cool. I got a 3 and a 1.
All right. So, yep, you've hacked both of them. You can give the instructions to
take the crates to the vertibird.
Yep.
And I will hook the tether onto the space unit.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you find the space tow ball at the
Yep.
back, and space tow hitch, so that you can. Well, do you want to connect it from the front or the back?
The back.
The back. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, a little bit more fiddling around.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Did you bring your
You served that up on a silver platter. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Your mum jokes for everybody.
Shows
Hooray!
how innocent I am. Truly am angelic and innocent. Shut up, you.
Shut.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure N.E.R.A has some like D-clips or something like that, in a box of tricks kicking around somewhere. Manages to, connect it all up. So, yep, it's all cabled up, and it's about this time that you're all gonna have to. Well, you don't roll for initiative in this game, but initiative is up because 2 robo brains and a protectron, 4 protectrons have rolled on in.
No.
And protect and serve, blah blah blah, and are gonna start a little bit of argy-bargy with you. They're painted in military colours. Weirdly enough, this thing called the United States Army.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's what they use to wave the United States handies.
Can I take action points away from you in this game?
Oh,
No.
Oh.
Spoosh, I will give you one of my action points for that.
That's right.
Fucking dad jokes.
He loses a nose, he gets a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's right.
That freed up bit of brain space is just putting in overtime.
It's all that extra air it's getting to your brain.
Yeah,
That's right. Just, oxygenation. It's
Yeah.
doing it. It's doing its mojo.
If you shut off one of your senses, they say the others get better. So you lose your sense of smell, sense of humor gets better, see?
Yeah, it's like that one.
What do you reckon will happen if he cuts out his tongue?
We will all be very happy.
I mean, there is that, but just imagine how much smarter he'll get. He could write actual good fan fiction.
Wait, hang on. Are you telling me that if I become a robo brain and remove everything but my brain, I could do all these things? Because I will.
And there are
Not
2 robo
discounting
brains
it.
right in front of you.
I don't know if they're going to be willing to tell me how they achieved this.
If they survive, you can interview them.
Yeah, you go long lost.
So N.E.R.A's going to finish. Oh no, wait, we're in initiative order, aren't we?
Yes,
Yes,
we are in
yes, we
initiative
are.
order. And look, I wrote down the initiative order before you got here.
Oh, that's it.
So, who wants to go first, Spoosh or N.E.R.A? Who's leading the charge this time? Because you're both at 12. And you
Well, I
both
think
start.
I would go first because I've seen them.
You're a lot closer.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. N.E.R.A's on first.
No. Yes. No. Yes, I am. Yes.
Yes.
Who's on second?
Spoosh.
Okay. And what's on third?
Yes, in fact, what is on third?
Cool. So I am going to charge up the Assaultron head.
Yep.
And have a go at one of the Robo Brains.
Okay. We've got Robo Brain Albert and Robo Brain Bettina. Albert seems to be trucking along with some claws,
Mm-hmm.
viciously sharp claws,
Mm-hmm.
and Bettina has some kind of weird box thing in its claw that's pointing towards you.
Yeah, Bettina.
Going Bettina? All right. Give it a go.
Cool. So it's an energy weapon. So that is my perception plus my energy weapon, which gives me a target of 10.
Okay.
What is it for 2 1s? That's pretty much crit face, yeah?
Yep, that's four successes.
Yeah. Pew, pew!
Okay, given that they have a defense of 1, you only need 1, so gives you 3 extra. So you can bank 3, or you can add 3 damage dice.
I'll add 3 damage dice.
Cool. Right. Fire away.
Well, sorry. I keep forgetting how many damage dice the Assaultron head is.
I think it's 5.
I think it's 5. Okay.
Which you can charge up
Four.
to 8, I believe, if you spend more actions charging it.
6.
But let me just...
Okay, so that is 9 plus effect, and the effect is vicious.
Oof. Okay. Can we remember what Vicious does? I think it adds an extra damage, doesn't it?
I think it does.
It adds extra damage for each condition dice.
So, how many dams? Sorry?
9.
9 plus 1 makes 10. Ouch. All right. Minus 2 armor for energy armor. And so that is 8, which is more than 5. Where did you hit?
That's a good
Location.
question.
That is a very good question.
What does that say? Right arm. Is that the arm with the box on it?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'll say most people are right-armed and right-handed, so we'll say robots are the same.
Bettina's box gets it.
Bettina gets it in the box.
Hot.
No innuendo there at all, folks.
Us never.
No, in her endo. Come on, fire. Come on.
Wow. The Bettina's box is buggered.
Woohoo!
Oh, you buggered Bettina's box.
Excellent. It's a good night all round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone
Happy
leaves
times.
Except for Bettina.
Yeah, well, Bettina is a little bit upset because there was a little bit of lack of consent going on there. She did not ask for her box to be
We shouldn't be waving in people's
so
faces.
viciously.
Are you victim shaming? I can't believe I'm defending my victim that I'm trying to kill here, but
How
She
could you do
started it.
this?
we don't victim shame for non-consent. But Bettina deserved it.
No, we just annihilate their physical forms instead. It's all good.
Yes.
All right, so Bettina will not be acting this round because of that.
Bye, Bettina.
fairly palpable hit. She's still going, but the box is destroyed, and that's put a stun effect on her because of the level of damage. So Bettina will not be acting on Bettina's turn. So there you go. Spoosh in the vertibird.
How
with
far
the-
are
with
they
the
from
forward.
me?
Not hugely far, only 30, 40 meters away.
Okay. While I would very much like to open fire with the vertibird,
And you have several options here.
okay.
You have the 5mm cannons on the front, basically chain guns. You have the 40mm cannon, the big ducker gun, and you have rockets.
All of these I suspect would fall under the big guns category.
They would fall under the piloting vehicle guns category, and they would also fall into the indiscriminate targeting category.
Oh no!
And a collateral.
In that you can kind of sort of aim at the robots, but a 40mm cannon is something that you kind of point at the earth and shoot at.
Yeah, it's more of a to whom it may concern.
Yeah, rather than a specific individual.
Yeah, and to return to sender.
Dear sir or madam.
Yeah.
So,
Neighborhood.
depending on the level of success you get, would determine whether friend or foe is actually hit. It's kind of a spray and pray kind of approach here.
The doctor part of me wants to get out and fire my laser weapons because that's what I do, but the spoosh part of me wants to just start flicking buttons and firing off just to see what happens.
Fires and missiles.
Yeah, and how often do I get to pilot a vertibird? So I feel like I'll go with that option. I'm not even going to choose one of them. I'd like to just see if I can roll a dice and just to get which button I flick.
I feel like pull the lever crank is very appropriate.
Yeah.
Spoosh is just sitting there going like on the dashboard.
All right, so I guess roll a d4.
Yes. All right. Do you want me to assign them, or are you assigning them?
Oh no, I'll assign them.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
A 4 has been rolled.
Okay. That's the one you didn't want to roll. You did in fact pull the lever. The big red shiny lever.
Excellent.
Hooray!
One nuke left on board.
Yeah.
It's at this time we realise Spoosh is colourblind.
It was at this point he knew he had fucked up.
There is a tiny bit of resistance.
Always is.
As you flick the lever and then give it a bit of a shake to get it moving, and nothing much happens. There's just like this dull thud sound.
I fear the consequences of that later.
You can try again.
No, I absolutely will.
Because we'll take that as a minor action. When you have 2 minor actions, you can flick another button.
So roll a D3 this time, or roll another D4?
Yeah, D3.
Excellent. I've rolled a 1.
1? Oh, that's the 40mm cannon.
Excellent.
The big ducker. Right? And when I'm talking, 4 centimeters, folks, is what this is spitting out. Big butterboom.
I'm just saying that, as I said before, the average poo of a kangaroo is 3 centimeters. That's a normal kangaroo. So fauna's poops would be more dangerous than this. So what? Here's just noting this down. Whatever destruction this wreaks, kangaroo poop, like a poop shooter of kangaroos, will do more damage than this. This is something I'm going to have to invent.
Applying the scientific method. I can appreciate it.
Okay. Do your worst, sir. Do your worst.
All right. So pilot and what was
pilot
that?
and agility.
Pilot and agility. Excellent. These are 2 things that I should not be rolling. Oh, that's not too bad. I rolled an 8 and a 3, so that is 3 successes, because pilot is a tag for me.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
You can target something that you want to target.
Woohoo!
How specific can I get? When I say I can target what I want to target,
Oh no, like you are shooting a 40 mil cannon. You've
Mhm.
identified the target, and you will hit your specific target, whoever or whatever that may be.
I really want to show off and shoot the multi-tool on Nearest shoulder. I really want to aim for the multi-tool, but it seems terrible. I will aim for the body of one of the Robo Brains because I don't want to destroy the brain. Actually, no, I'll aim for the brain actually because then if I can just destroy the brain, maybe I can put my own one in there.
Well, aiming for specific places adds to
That's
difficulty to.
Robo Brain. I don't trust myself specifically with this. I'm aiming at the Robo Brain that has not been shot at by N.E.R.A.
Spoosh has grown so
So
much
that
as a
would
person.
be
They grow up so
Robo
fast.
Brain Albert. Do some damage with your 40 mil cannon, which is, if memory serves me, 8 combat dice.
Oh lordy.
And roll a location for the hit on Robo Brain Albert. As a 40 millimeter chunk of metal slams into it.
So I've just lost where I had the book open. Now it's just gone. So I'm just getting it back open again.
I've got the book open. What do you need?
Oh, it's just for when I roll the body parts. All right, I also 8 combat dice. Okay, I'm gonna have to roll my combat dice a few times. Does this have any special quality? It doesn't have vicious or anything like that?
No, just really big gun.
All right, excellent.
Fuck off large is a special ability.
Right.
Would have thought, 8 combat dice is a fairly decent special ability of itself. You're using a vehicular weapon to shoot a thing, an individual.
Oh, that's 11 damage.
Okay. 11 physical. Albert is still slightly functioning. But has a very, very, very large hole in some part of Albert's body. That part being...
Do you want me to roll? I'm rolling it.
Yep.
And in the left wing or leg.
Left leg. All right. So Albert doesn't have a left leg anymore. Not that Robo Brains actually have legs. They have kind of like roller things.
Tracks.
Yeah. No left track. So
there's no left track. Albert now is all right.
Yeah. Albert is
But
now
ching.
right. Boom, boom. Oh, sorry, I lied. It was 11 damage. So you can actually throw another 3 damage dice.
Oh, excellent.
Woohoo!
That's another 3 damage.
Albert is a smoking wreck of Robo Brain.
Woohoo! Yeah. Cheers for Spooshy.
Woo!
And you can now stamp a little Robo Brain silhouette on the side of your vertibird.
Nice.
There you go. Albert is gone. Bye bye, Albert. Albert of the
F in chat to sand, fuck yous.
And here was me thinking the Robo Brains would be a challenge. Oh well.
We have a vertibird.
Yeah.
The challenge is me. The challenge. And I'm not even against the fight. The final boss is me in the vertibird.
Just sitting there going, how do I add, what does this one do?
Spooshy's time to shine and play with buttons.
Okay.
Good time for everybody.
So Robo Brains can't act. Fauna, you are up.
Yo. Okay. So no more Albert. Bettina was out of commission for her turn, but she is still alive.
Yep. Bettina is boxless now.
Beleaguered Bettina.
Yeah. Bettina is still functioning.
Okay.
Barely.
Just barely.
Barely.
Barely there, Bettina.
And was there a third robot that came down, or
There are 4 Protectrons as well.
they're the unloady ones?
No.
no.
These
Oh,
are
no, sorry.
combat ones.
Oh, combat ones. Okay.
There are 6 robots altogether. 2 Robo Brains, 4 Protectees.
I think Bettina should still be taken out. Our poor beleaguered person. So I think that's who I'm going to go for.
Okay.
How far away from her, or how far away is she from us, roughly?
Medium range.
Medium range. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not very good with guns, but I should give it a try anyway.
Well, you
try
have
and
that whopping great big hand cannon thing.
Yes, I know. I'm just not very good in terms of skill points.
Yeah.
Is more what
So am I, and I've taken one out.
Remember, you can
This
move.
is very true.
You can move to close range
can.
as your minor action.
But I've got this great big whopping 50 cal, and I kind of want to fire it again.
Okay, fair enough. No, who am I to stand in the way of your desires for wreaking mayhem and destruction?
I mean, I've also got a pipe gun which I've barely used because just, it's kind of fun to hit people with the cricket bat and the mower sword instead. But it also does a very lot of damage if I actually hit something. It's just the hitting bit is the problem. Considering I have to roll like 12 dice for that thing. So I actually think I might go for the pipe gun in this case. And so that means I need agility plus small guns.
The hand cannon is also small guns.
Yes, but I don't think
thing.
I don't think I roll as many dice though for the damage.
The hand cannon will do more damage than the pipe gun. The pipe guns are 38.
Oh, good point. All right, hand cannon it is, folks. All right, so I've got to roll under 3 and 4, so I've got to roll under 7. Wish me luck, folks. Oh, that is a no.
Remember talking about
action
luck.
points.
I know. I'm going to use action points. So I'm going to use. Yes, so I'm going to use action points. So I'm going to re-roll 2, so that's 3 action points.
That'll cost you 3 action points.
Yep.
Yes, correct.
And I've got 2 left. And that is still a no. I'm going to say that Fauna just misses wildly. And so since Fauna misses and like swears and has a mini stomp with her very large foot, can I move a little bit closer in as
you can close
minor
to
action?
close. You can close to close range. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So Fauna will move close to getting closer because she also has some extra damage resistance from one of her perks. So she is the party tank and will be there to engage Bettina next time if Bettina actually lives.
So there is a very large, echoey, resounding boom from Fauna, but it's all fire and fury, and
the recoil was too much this time.
Yeah. And that would be the Protectrons. Okay, so the one of the Protectrons fiddles around with a case and does something with it just pulls his big case off its back and is spending its action pulling the case apart, putting something on the case, and so that happens. Though that will be Protectron N.E.R.A. Does that. Bernard is gonna have a go at Fauna because she's close now with his arm lasers. And completely fucking misses. Just pew, 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 pew. Danger Will Robinson just everywhere.
Amateur.
Clarice.
What is huge? How does he miss?
Yeah, maybe Bernard was a stormtrooper in a previous life. I don't know.
Look too much at the Australian sun and he's damned his eyes.
Yeah.
His
But,
poor robotic eyes.
Clarice, who is also going to fire at Fauna, misses entirely. Same thing. And Davina, who has some claws. Is gonna rush at Mayhem. Close distance and then do the claw. And will also completely miss.
Oh, no.
They trip on like a rock. Or a bit
The
of
one
poo.
rock in the outback.
Oh, yeah. That BG3 thing where, you know, you race up and you're just that far away from being close enough to hit. And it's like, yeah. Mayhem, over to you. Davina is right in front of you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
With claw.
Wow. I know what I've got that I could use. It's not going to kill me if I do it close quarters. So I think I will take a bit of a step back so that I can't be gotten by the claw. And then I would like to pull out Sebastian and throw him towards Bettina.
Okay. Sounds like a fair plan of attack. You want to throw your thing?
Yes.
Give Sebastian flight.
So is it throwing and
Explosives. Well, no, is it? No,
Is
the
it
explosives
explosives and anything else?
and agility. No, yeah, sorry,
No,
yeah,
it's
you are right.
perception.
You are throwing. It's perception, is it?
Perception
Oh,
with explosives, yes.
Same diff. We've got one success. I needed an 8. I rolled a 3, and I rolled a 16.
One is enough. Sebastian goes ding, and you want to do your damage? Do your damage.
How many damage dice? Sorry, I don't think I can't remember.
5, I believe.
I know. I have to get it. Oh no, I'll just roll them first. So I got 2 heads and a blank,
Okay.
and another head and another blank. So 3 heads.
Okay, so that is the special effect of your explosive, which is, I can't remember, what is it, frag grenade?
Yes.
Spread?
None.
Whack.
Ah,
So each head is a damage, so just add them all up.
So that was 3 heads.
Yep. That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Less 1 for armor. This is on Bettina, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I need to roll which location I'm in?
Yeah,
oh
you
no,
might
I
as well.
suppose
You know, just for story narrative and shit like that. Yeah.
head.
yeah.
Blowed up
Nice.
Bettina's head.
Woo!
Okay. Bettina is not looking good. She's not a happy Robo Brain.
Is Bettina a bobblehead?
Ooh.
It's Robo Brain. You know, yes, got a
You
bobble
can
head.
have a.
Yeah,
She's a bobblehead now.
yeah, yeah. Banged her on the noggin. Right, so ding ding, round over. Top of the round. N.E.R.A.
Cool. So Bettina's still up. Albert
Yep.
is down.
Yep.
Davina's gone.
No. Annie, Bernard, Clarice, and Davina are all happy. And Annie has finished fiddling with the box thing that she was fiddling with,
Or as Annie was the only one that was doing
which
something a
has
bit
resolved itself into a shotgun turret.
Speaking of turrets, one's on you, Annie. Yeah, charging up the Assaultron head again.
All right, cool. Yeah, so a new combatant has entered the ring. Shotgun turret.
Cool. So I've got 2 successes.
Yep, that will hit. This is on Annie the Protectron, right?
Yes.
Yep.
4 and a head. That's cocked. 4, 5, 6. 6 and an effect.
Okay, 6 is vicious, so that gives an extra 1, so it makes 7. ED of 3, so it takes 4 damage, and is staggered. Is staggered, but is still standing. Minor actions? Or do you want to buy another major action?
How much is a major action?
1 action point.
Yeah, let's do that. Cool. I will.
Sorry, I lied. 2 action points. 1 is
2? Okay,
one
gotcha.
for minor, 2 for major.
Gotcha. I will go for the shotgun turret now.
Okay.
Because everyone seems to be doing okay at like mopping up. I just want to like, cool, get in there.
Yep. No, it makes sense. Yep. Same range.
2 successes.
Okay. Yep. You only defensive 1, so you have an extra success.
4.
So do you want to damage or do you want to replenish your action
Damage.
points with it? Yeah. All right.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and an effect. So 10
so
in
makes
total.
10. You just wiped out the shotgun turret. So you want to talk us through the destruction there?
Cool. So I see what everyone else is doing, and I'm like, I give my Assaultron head a little bit of a kiss, and I go, pew, and then like line her up with the shotgun turret, and I'm like, yeah. Hey guys, watch this.
Teeny little mushroom cloud with a little smoky heart above it.
Nice. Spoosh. Lord of Destruction Spoosh. Wing Commander Spoosh.
Well, I've tried don't really want to press my luck with the 40mm, and I don't know how much ammo we have. So I've narrowed it down to 2 options. There's 2 more buttons and levers I haven't pushed, so I have to choose from those and flick those.
Yeah.
So I will...
Left or right, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I would like to try my luck with those. But I don't know which one which.
Cool.
So I will roll a 2 for which one it is.
All right. That would be the rockets
Excellent.
on the roof.
While we're down to a smaller amount of targets, this sounds perfect.
Yeah. Like before, you're going to need a decent attack roll
Excellent.
to hit. Now, bear in mind, if you do hit something, there's more Protectrons than there are friendlies. So, it's kind of, you're slightly better off on the bell curve that you won't hit a friendly, but,
Excellent. Same thing as it. I'm doing.
As they say, may the odds ever be in your favor.
Agility and
Agility and piloting. Yep.
All right, so agility 5. So I got to go an 8. All right, let's go. I have rolled a 3 and a 7, so that is 3 successes again.
Okay, which is what you need. Okay, you're doing 11 combat dice of damage.
Excellent.
As a bunch of rockets go squirreling out, and land on whoever you want them to land on. Your targets being Bettina, the Robo-Brain, who is looking way worse for wear. Annie, the Protectron, who is also looking pretty banged up. And then Bernard, Clarice, and Davina. Bernard and Clarice having arm lasers. Frickin' arm lasers, dude. And Davina has claws. And Davina is sort of a little bit close to Mayhem.
Is there, did the roll, I don't know that I know this, so I guess I'll pick and then find out the answer. But for damage, unless it's got vicious or anything like that, it is 9 points of damage.
You'll be rolling 11. It doesn't have any damage effects.
Ah, excellent. Cool. Yeah, cool. So yeah, 9 damage.
Yep.
I kind of want to roll to see who I'm hitting as well in terms of this, because Spoosh isn't really aiming other than at the enemy.
Well, you will hit your target, whatever it is, not one of your friends.
Yeah, fair.
With that shot.
I'll shoot I'll hit the one near. There was one that the closest to Maisie, is that right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, because I feel like Maisie will appreciate the explosions as this thing near is just absolutely rocketed.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. So Davina. So you did 9 points of damage to Davina.
Yeah, 9 points.
And okay, so Davina is slightly more than smoking boots, but only slightly.
Excellent.
Cool. Next on the list is, well, the shotgun turret, but is no longer. So we have Annie, Bernard, and Clarice. Annie is going to turn and run. Well, wheel, I guess. I don't know, run. Actually, no, it's Robo Brains. We have Bettina. Bettina is still up. So, Bettina is
Bugger off, Bettina.
Is gonna close on N.E.R.A.
Bring it.
And we'll hit.
Cool.
Belligerent Bettina.
And we'll
Sorry, I had
do
to.
3
Yes, you
points
did.
of physical damage as Bettina clonks you in the left leg with the remains of the box. So Bettina bashes the bot with the box. Bettina bashes the bot with the buggered box. There we
Bettina box bashes the bot.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's one less B. But that works. Yeah. Have we got any other takers for chat? You wanna join in our alliteration game here?
Fallout, where alliteration is the friends we made along the way.
But yeah, 3 points. So barely worth worrying about.
N.E.R.A will just go, oh, ow.
And give them the
Bring
finger.
it.
Well, you got to encourage them a little bit. Like, ow. Yeah.
Oh, ow, ow.
No, you can just cone in it, like, destroy your enemies and bring the lamentation of the women.
What is best, Bettina? What is best?
Yeah. So Annie is gonna have join the bashing N.E.R.A party, and Annie's gonna hit too.
Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
And Annie has claws.
You
Yes,
can
she
get
does.
that. You've been
Yes.
struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh, hang on, I've got Varian really wants.
Hi, Varian.
Buddy. How you going? You're
Not
you
sticking
don't
it on
need to
Mayhem.
That's
so
right.
that
Mascot
was,
kitty.
4 damage. Plus 1 effect, which is lingering.
Is it? It's physical.
It's physical. Oh, but you're immune. You're a robot too, so you're immune to it. It's poison damage, so you're immune.
Uh,
Yeah.
Poison
Let's
denied.
Get physical.
So just the 4.
I've got a physical damage resistance of 2, so that would take it down.
To 2. Yep.
Cool. The part of Varian will now be played. The part of Goose will now be played by Varian.
That's right.
And Raz, who has just appeared stage left.
No, Razzie baby.
Right, that was Annie. Dude, your timing is impeccable. Because I can't see a damn thing of what you're doing. Both Bernard and Clarice are gonna continue their goes at Fauna. And that would be that's actually a hit.
Woo!
From Bernard. And that's a complication for Clarice.
Can you hear them, Clarice?
I regret nothing.
I don't really know. Any suggestions for a robot with frickin' laser arms, protectron?
It turns into a shark with a laser on its head.
It
is my
does
suggestion.
It's not magic realism.
Why not? We've got super mutants and roos of unusual size. It's not that much of a stretch.
Raz is going to roll the damage dice by looks of it. So,
do me good, Razzie baby.
Right, you ready?
It goes to shoot its lasers. They don't go off, so it looks down the barrel.
And then it's just
so
delayed.
he rolled 2, and he's still chewing on one of them. And 3 blanks. So 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Which I think will just slap up against your armor anyway, won't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
We good.
And what did we resolve is happening with Clarice? Because I can't think of anything, to be honest.
Shoots herself in the foot.
Have a foot. We can just say her arm jams and she can't fire can't act next round. That's an easy one.
The barrel melts slightly and all her shots are slightly askew. And just an extra point of difficulty.
Her laser now has the scatter shot feature.
Clarice laser jams, and next turn she's gonna have to unjam. Yeah, I know it's a laser. Shut up, go with it. Laser jams, and she's gonna have to clear the blockage so she can't act next turn. There we go.
Dust got in there. That's what's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what the
Too
jam
much.
is.
It being a
Too
laser,
much kangaroo poo.
it's only one.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Dusty poo.
Davina is rolling forward and gonna claw and rolls 2 16s and misses entirely.
Woo!
So there we go. That would be me done. Mayhem, back over to you. Davina is still trying to claw your face off.
I will use my pipe gun on her.
Okay. Then
Right.
roll for your pipe gunniness.
Yes. Agility. Small guns.
Yep.
Oh. I rolled a 20 and an 18. So not so
That
good.
would be a problem.
Mm.
I reckon your gun's jammed. What's good for the robot's good for you. And you're either going to have to spend a couple of minor actions getting rid of it, or a major action, or throw it away and get a new one.
I'm just going to throw it at Davina.
Okay. Fair enough. Throw plus agility.
And we did 2. So I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Your pipe gun hits Davina squarely in the chest, clears the jam. It goes bang and lands at Davina's feet. Davina now has a pipe gun.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Got a gun.
Davina's got a gun.
Pity it wasn't Annie, eh?
If I still have any action or movements or whatever left, I'll just...
you have, well, we use that as minor action.
I'm just gonna start walking backwards then.
Buy another major action for 2 action points.
Oh, I do have action points.
That will cost you 3 action points.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay.
I'm not scared. I've seen the performances of all the others, and I'm like,
All right. Ding ding, end of round 2. Top of the round.
Did Fauna have a go in that last round, or am I
Did
missing
Fauna have a
something?
go? Oh no, we forgot
No.
Fauna.
No, I think we missed me. Oh no. Oops.
That's because you had too many poo jokes.
Yeah.
That's a bit shit.
Yeah. Calm down. All right. Fauna can act.
Yay.
Fauna just starts miming that she's in a glass box.
Starts walking against the wind.
We learned from the original size village that Fauna cannot act. Absolutely.
I have just seen what you have all done with your names. Fucking idiots.
Sorry, we're just waiting for Spooshy to do it too.
I don't have to. I'm already Anthanum. I just took my beanie off and now indistinguishable.
For the chat, in our private chat, we've all changed our name to Anthanum.
Yes. Shadowmere is number 1 Anthanum. I am number 2. But
who is number 1?
Number 3. Shadowmere.
I'm
of
number
course.
1.
BC.
That's right. She claimed it first.
There we go.
And our dear Dr. Spoosh is now Anthanum Prime, which is very appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice, everyone. Okay. Who?
You've got Davina.
Davina is still alive.
Yeah, and so is Bettina, plus Bernard and Clarice are the ones who have been having pot shots at you, very unsuccessfully.
And Bettina went to go attack N.E.R.A, so I will let her have her fun with Bettina, and I will go attack Clarissa with the mower sword.
In the library?
Yes.
Well, actually, it's sort of, there is some long grass around, so you could put the victory to its actual
to work.
Purpose. Yeah.
So that is strength plus melee. So I need to get under 10, which is a 7 and an 8. So that is successful.
So you got a spare one. So action point or damage?
Damage.
All right, damage away.
So that's going to be 5 dice that I roll and hope for the best. Ooh, yay! All right, we have 3 action phases for the damage, and
3. Yep.
So they're worth. Brain. Oh god.
They're worth 1 plus whatever the special effect is.
Piercing. And then I've got,
which is very handy on these things because that now gives you piercing 3 because they have a physical damage.
Yes,
Defense
and then
4.
once. Yeah, so 3 piercing damage, 1 regular damage.
Okay, so you do 4 damage in total,
Yep.
and it only takes 1 off your thing, so 3. Clarice is been a bit chewed up by the victory.
Yay! Excellent.
Cool. Do you want to spend action points to do a second major action? attack
I need
again.
3 of
I
those,
need
don't I?
3, yes.
I have 2 left. I can
There's
take
one in the
from
pool.
pool.
Yeah.
Team, should I take the action point in the pool or shall we save that for later?
Do it.
All right, cool. All right, I will attack again, using up the action point and the extra one in
Yep.
the pool. Going to attack with the Moa Sword again.
Yep.
Because why not? That is 10 and 3. So that still just gets it.
Just gets this is enough. It does the damage.
Yep. And do I have that extra point? Just so I know how many dice I'm rolling. Good. I didn't think
Yep.
so. Just wanted to make sure I did pick up an extra die back.
Once you get successes over the threshold, so most of these
right.
1. So if
Yep.
you get like more successes, you can either put them to action points for later or for damage now.
Yep.
Basically.
Okay. So that is 4 damage again. One of those is piercing.
Okay. Clarice kind of topples over.
Woo!
Yay.
So, does the Protectron thing of fall down, go boom. And they do go boom because some of them have a self-destruct sequence on them.
Does this cause fauna damage?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Fauna damage, because I feel like I've been taking that this whole game.
Well deserved, though. Well deserved.
There's some vicious damage for you. Right. So, that's the end of that round. We're top of the round. We're back to N.E.R.A.
Okay, so I've got Bettina,
Bettina.
barely there
Yep,
in front of me.
Yep.
Who else is standing?
Annie, Bernard, and Davina, and all are looking. Well, Bernard's fine. Annie and Davina are looking a little bit shoddy, though. Like a lot shoddy. But Bernard's like he just came out of the shop, out of the package.
Okay. I'll get rid of Bettina because play school's over.
Yep. Okay.
That's
So
a
you're
very
gonna have-
old play school reference for anyone who knows.
Yeah, no. So you're
I've
going to look
got-
through the round window?
No, always the arch. Always the arched
Always the
window.
arch window. All right.
I've got 1 success.
Okay, yep, that is enough to get you through.
Okay.
PD 1. Defense 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 2 effect.
Yeah, Bettina is no more.
To Bettina.
Yep.
So yeah, as I charge up the Assaultron head again, I just Bettina is not feeling bonita. I just look over the Assaultron head, give Bettina a wink, and then bzzzt her.
Where did you hit her?
Oh yeah, I hit her in the torso, in the belly. I belly
weird
first
box.
Bettina.
So you burned Bettina's
Belly button.
Through the belly button because robots have belly buttons now.
Yeah. Burned Bettina's belligerent bot belly button.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a structural bolt.
Yeah.
Taking any further actions? Minor actions, major actions?
I will minor action raise the volume on my speakers and yell out to Spoosh, "Wheel the tether in, Krog!"
Yes. All the yeses.
Yep.
Right. Next, Spoosh, aka Wing Commander Kronk,
So when
aka Anthanum Prime.
communicate, exactly. You hear the transforming noise and Spoosh Megazord. I forgot his name. Whoever leads the Decepticons, which is terrible that I've forgotten this. But when N.E.R.A communicates to Wheel or to pull them back in, does it sound happy, concerned, scared? What's the emotional tone coming from the tiny robot, or is it there is none?
It's kind of joy.
Oh, okay, I won't
in
take.
some semblance of N.E.R.A shaped joy.
Can I make a recommendation?
Uh,
Full Eartha Kit Imperiousness.
I mean, that's just N.E.R.A on a good day.
Or is
I
this
suggested it.
the Kronk theme song of like da 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 da, and start pulling it back in? Please tell me that the vertibird has an actual way of retracting itself. This isn't like a winch scenario where I'm supposed to go back and start like winding it back up.
We'll say that there's a button.
Excellent.
You've got a winch control on the panel there. Yeah, makes sense.
Alrighty. Oh, I really want to roll to see which button I get if I get the button or if I fire off the last whatever it is. I will attempt to identify the pull winch button back in as opposed to the fire last.
You can pull the pull winch button quite easily.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You've got a label maker, so you should be labeling these.
But I've been busy. I've been considering
flying the plane.
Right, okay.
All right, so winch is activated?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What's your other actions? Are you going to fire the big guns?
What's really left to fire at though? Like I feel like.
Well, you can fire any and all of them. They have more than one shot loaded in.
Oh no! What I'm firing at really? Like I feel like we've kind of decimated.
Oh, what are you firing at? Well, you've got Annie, who's on her last legs, Bernard, who is fine, and Davina, who's on her last legs, and possibly on a tow cable surfing towards you, N.E.R.A.
I don't want to shoot N.E.R.A. Like I mean, like well, I do, but like not enough to actually.
It's okay. I want to shoot you too.
Like well, to ensure that like because N.E.R.A.'s retracting directly at me, the last thing I want to do is fire forwards as well.
Well, she's retracting sort of obliquely, but yeah, towards the side where the winch is.
Spoosh will just kind of stick his head out the window and start firing his laser gun down at.
All right, well, Davina would be the closest.
Yeah, it'll be at Davina as well.
All right, pew away.
She'll
usual laser gun firiness.
Excellent. That is 3 successes. I'm doing well.
Okay, cool. More damage or for the extra 2, or do you want to bank them?
I'll bank them, I think.
Okay, cool. Note that, folks. 2 have been banked.
Mm-hmm.
And do your damage to poor Davina.
That is. There's 8 damage to Davina.
Yep, Davina's gone.
Davina's dead, dude.
Dead Davina.
Yep. Davina's
dead, Dave.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
Deceased Davina.
If it does do the Fallout thing of like turning them into ash, we could go around and start eating them. Like I'm going around and make sure. Well, and like I was kind of shoot the tether as well, because if I shot the tether, then I'd have to probably take some accountability and help move everything back to the vertibird. And I don't want again too much cardio. So
yeah, Davina's gone. So do you want to use those 2 action points that you banked to fire again?
No, I don't think so. I'll turn the aircon inside the vertibird.
Next on the list would be the Robo Brains, but they're dead. So Fauna, you've got Bernard and Annie. Bernard.
Bernard. I'm going for Bernard because his name is Bernard.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Or Nursey.
Sorry, giggling at the Blackadder.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I am going to close in with Bernard or Nursey. I think Bernard is now Nursey. I'm voting.
Yep.
So Nursey is getting attacked with the mower sword.
Yep.
Again, so we're going to get under 10. Oh, that is not successful. And I have no more action points.
Oh,
There's 2 in the
no.
pool, but you need 3. You got luck points.
Hmm.
You can burn
Oh, that's true. I've got 7 luck points.
luck. You can burn your luck.
Yeah, why not? I haven't really used them this whole time, so why not?
Alright,
How...
3 luck to re-roll 2 dice. Just like action points, they work almost exactly the same way.
Sweet. Okay, that takes me down to 4 luck points. And that is 1 lovely critical success.
Okay, cool. Do your damage to Nursey.
Yay. Nursey gets 2 piercing.
Okay, so that does. Yep. All right. Glancing shot, but
Yep.
still does. Wee little Nursey for a paltry hit.
That's right.
All right.
And
That would. Okay, so his name was Robert Bernard. Has a go at Fauna as per usual, and fuck me dead actually hits.
Woo! I mean, boo, but woo! I'm a team player.
In the torso with his arm lasers.
Ooh.
This is energy defense, and that would be 4 points of damage. Woohoo! So much damage. Much pain. Wow.
I've got energy damage resistance of 6. Does that do anything against that?
That means you reflect 2 points of damage back at Bernard. No, you absorb all of it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's worth checking. I've really been hit with an energy weapon before, so I'm like,
That's a lot of energy defense.
Yeah.
Like you could throw yourself into electric fences for fun,
What?
for shits and giggles, basically.
Why didn't I know this before? I would have totally tried to do that.
I don't know, not paying attention to what she was doing and where she was going.
Chaos Gremlin. The way I roll. Okay.
All right, so
yeah.
that's Bernard done, and Annie's gonna do the same. And nah, Annie misses. Annie is not okay. That's him done. Mayhem, you're up.
I'll skip
Davina
up my pipe gun that uncleared itself when I threw it at Davina.
Well, you have to go over there to get it.
Isn't she right in front of me?
No,
That's right in front of Davina.
it's right in front of Davina. Yeah.
But she's not that far. I'll just walk
Yeah,
over.
it's a minor action to get there.
That's fine. I'll
okay.
I'll use a minor action to walk over and grab
right.
my pipe gun.
Yep.
Do I have enough?
Yeah, you
Can
got
I-
a major.
okay,
You got
cool.
2 minor actions
So,
and a major action. Remember?
I'll use my action then to shoot Annie.
Okay. And let's
So,
see.
that would be small guns and agility. Which is agility. Yeah, small guns and agility. Aha, 1 success.
Okay, do your damage. N.E.R.A, or number 3 Anthanum.
Yes.
Your danger sense is going off.
I'm surfing my way to the vertibird. I'm like, Awooga! Awooga!
We need some, like, 50s surf to.
Dun,
What out?
5 points of damage.
5 points. Annie is no longer. The tiny little plink of the 38 somehow managed to find that crease in Annie's armor. Because does after level 1, does anyone actually use pipe guns for anything?
The first time I've used it.
I did a complete playthrough with only a pipe gun of Fallout 4. It was hard. Do not recommend.
I could imagine.
It was real hard.
Pooh! I did like 4 points of damage.
The
Yay!
Institute was stupid hard.
You'd be lugging around like, an entire Kmart worth of ammo.
So much ammo. So much ammo.
I think you'd upgrade them to do a lot of damage, but who does?
Yeah, but
who does that?
you've got to have all your science maxed out. You've got to have everything maxed out to make it even vaguely worthwhile.
And
just-
even then, it's not.
Yeah, they're just
Because it's a fucking pipe.
It was an intellectual exercise.
I
Okay?
totally appreciate it. It's like, doing the run through of New Vegas with nothing but a sledge.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be done at least once in your lifetime, folks.
Yeah. And there is the one that was done with, there is one particular knife, as in regular dinner knife that you can pick up in Megaton.
Yes.
That does 4 points, I think it's 3 or 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
And someone's done an entire run through just with that knife.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Ah, dear. You think survival mode is hard? Play ridiculous weapon mode.
you haven't done pipe before.
You haven't done pipe mode before.
I haven't, and I don't even want to contemplate. So Bernard is still going, and we're top of the round with the N.E.R.A.
Okay,
Who
so
is
surfing N.E.R.A
sniffing.
going, awooga, awooga, back to the ship, back to the ship. So Bernard's still up, Davina's down. Everyone else, just Bernard?
Everybody else is down. It's only Bernard.
Everybody is dead.
Yep, everybody's
Okay.
dead, Dave, except for Bernard.
All right, who is standing right in front of Bernard? Was it Fauna or was it
That would be Fauna. Yeah.
Fauna? And Fauna took a hit, right?
It didn't even
bounced.
scratch the
Right.
What are you wearing?
Fur?
I am wearing something. I've
It's
just got to
just a
remember
flesh
what it
wound.
is.
No, it wasn't. It
Not
didn't
even.
even penetrate the.
No, it was one of the armors that we picked up. This was what I got out of
That's
it.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Oh God, I can't even remember what it was. I've got it written down somewhere in my book next to me, but I'd have to go and find it.
Cool.
so
yeah,
not that important. Yeah, didn't even
N.E.R.A.'s
scratch it.
N.E.R.A.'s going to be, surfing and just like, yeah, why not? Hey, Fauna, take a step back. And she's going to try and aim with the assault on head while she's surfing.
Okay,
What
yeah,
is-
that's a look. Let's do it.
Does Fauna need to roll to see if she can bounce to the side in time?
No, it's fine. It's not an
Okay.
explosive.
Two
All right, two
successes.
successes. So I'm assuming you're throwing the extra one into damage.
Oh,
just to
yeah.
maintain consistency.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say bye, Bernard.
Bada
Nessie.
big boom.
Hi,
Yeah,
Nessie.
bye, Nessie. But
3, 4, 7 plus effect. So 8.
8. Yep. Nessie is off the board, but
Boom,
only
bitch!
just. All of the robots, except for the loading up protectrons, which have been just doing their job, and loading up all the crates, are still doing their thing. So, yeah, as your awooga goes off, you see storming out of the buildings and the domes and what have you, these Bay lookalikes. So big, 1.8 meter and above to about 2.3 meter tall. Green creatures, nowhere near as luscious locks as Bay had.
Aw, no hunky bays.
And yeah, they're kind of like there's maybe about 40 of them. Sort of rushing towards you.
Cool. N.E.R.A will pause for just a second from her maniacal laughter of downing Bernard and go, "File loading. Get to the chopper if you want to live."
Of course.
Preemptively have left already in 2 rounds.
Yes, if you want.
Yeah. Fauna will hunt you down.
I will allow it. We only have 3 episodes left, so safeties are off.
I think the safeties were off episode 2.
It's
Yeah.
maybe even
No, wait,
episode 1.
when did I stab Spoosh? That was episode 1,
Episode
right?
1.
Yeah, the toffee apple was safety off.
Yeah. Like, you would be lifting off with a tiny little N.E.R.A dangling, on the end of the wire underneath you, slowly climbing up it,
Oh my god, it's Dr.
Terminator
Strangelove
style.
all over again. She's just holding on to the space module going,
Yeah. But yes, Spoosh, you may lift off if you choose.
No. I don't know what they'd do without me.
Probably
Probably,
they will be
probably quite well.
yeah, probably do be moderately successful.
I'm going to suggest eaten by the horde of super mutants that are running towards them. We could fade to black before that happens, so no one would ever know.
Or we could just win them over with our charm.
You could do your
Like we
Vegemite
did.
routine again.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? So we can take a break.
Makes friends with everyone.
Cool. I'm still riding.
You're
Like,
riding
come
your thing?
on, get to the chopper.
Mayhem will be running towards the vertibird.
Yep.
Yeah, Fauna will be bouncing towards the vertibird as well.
Yep. And Anthanum Prime.
Well, I know they're not Bay, but you know what? I will flick the final button. Just see what it does.
All right.
The more coming, and yeah, just the one.
Well, it sprays out hot death out the front of the chin whiskers of the vertibird.
Excellent.
Yeah. Were you pointing the vertibird at the super mutants?
I hope so. I would like to be doing that. So, but if I have to take off first, then I'll probably have to do that.
Yeah, give us a throw. You know what to throw by now?
I do. If necessary, this is going to turn into a weird claw game where we're going to have N.E.R.A flying around picking up Maise and Fauna.
No, we're not, because we're going to break.
No, not right now.
As soon as you roll these dice.
I rolled a 6 and an 8, so it's 2 successes. Not 3 this time, but still pretty damn
All
good.
right, so you mow down some, let's say a palpable number of super mutants.
Oh, with that gun, a palpable number.
Yeah. And with that, we'll take a short break. I think it's about 15 minutes.
You.
See you on the
So,
flip side.
That's
Yeah.
it. See ya.
is a failure. Failures mean more work. More failures mean more meat. Human means fresh meat! Find a human and kill him! Death to humans! life to us. stupid machine! How you work this thing? This thing is stupid! Smash it! Nah, I wish stupid fox would shut up!
Ah.
Now
Now
we
we're
can do
on.
it.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
everybody's.
Totally
Are we
not
back?
quoting Shrek
No, not us.
and the gingerbread scene and Lord Farquaad. No, not at all. Not at all.
No,
No.
never happened.
I hope you enjoyed the Super Mutants, Super Mutant Radio this time around. Yeah, right. So where were we? We were taking off, or were we waiting
We
to take
were.
off before and then taking off after number 1 and number 2 Anthonyms have got on board? Number 3 Anthanum's already being reeled in, and we now have the Muffin Man piloting the jet.
Take us
yeah.
up, Muffin Man!
Chat, they keep on changing their names in the Zoom channel, and yeah. I work with these people. I love them, but sometimes, I feel like that side-eye cartoon, meme. It's like, fucking hell. So we're waiting until the others get on board. Yes?
Yes.
Question mark? Not yes statement.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we will. We would.
Yes.
Cool. Then you take off. Which direction are you heading? Because
Up.
presumably you have all your loot. Well, yes, up and.
Up and
Okay.
out.
Up and away!
It'll probably just wait because the time it'll take to turn the vertibird and escaping.
Oh, okay. Well, everyone's on board. What you can see below you, as you're kind of like starting to veer away in that very stylistic, dolly shot that we see so often, and we can say it's sort of tracking into early sunset now. So we just got those nice camera tones coming out of the blues and the dark blues, sort of like just starting to descend. And it looks all very picturesque. The director of photography is totally top of the game right now. And, that beautiful dolly shot as it sort of sweeps around and up to see the vertibird sort of spin in the opposite direction. So you got that beautiful piece of camera work. And, the doors slide closed and the nose edges down and you're just starting to take off. And as the dolly comes around and we cut into frame all of the super mutants behind you. And you see that there's about 30 of them. They're big, they're green, they are actual super mutants. These are not camis, these are not the slashies, model / actor. These are the full super mutants in their green glory. And they're dressed in what appears to be remnants of Australian Army Ozcan. Wielding various different Australian variations on the assault rifle and combat rifle and what have you. And you think just as you're getting them out of the rear vision mirror, you see what seems to be a quad missile launcher. And 4 missiles just sort of like come firing out of it. And that little collision alarm thing that, that you looked at before that sort of went off when that one missile, well, it's freaking out. It's going off. So, Muffin Man, can you roll me a pilot plus agility, please?
I can certainly try, although I'm concerned I've used all my agility pilot luck up, so I'm going for a very financially secure 8 roll. And I have rolled 1 success. That is not that great. Not 1 success,
No.
4 missiles.
No. That is not great. Are you going to do anything else?
No, I'm going to. I haven't got any more points. Have we got any points in the pool that I can attempt, or?
Do you have any luck points?
Oh yeah, luck points that they refresh, don't they? I will.
Well, they do at the beginning of each session. Yes.
I will, yeah, burn my luck points. See how we go to buy myself an extra die.
Meanwhile, N.E.R.A is assume the crash position. Please return your trays to the upright and fully locked positions.
And alternating
there you
between
go.
awooga.
Awooga. Everything's fine. Please
We're playing
remain
D&D.
calm.
And that 20 I just rolled means we succeed, clearly.
No.
Why are you like this, Spoosh?
You did so well earlier.
My bane is missiles. I didn't want to tell you this, but my weakness is missiles. If you hit me with multiple missiles, they tend to work. I was scared to tell anyone.
Fair enough. Well, the 1 success was enough for the 1 missile, but sadly the other 3 do slam home. And there's all manner of, buzzers and alarms and beeping noises and, going off in the cockpit. The other 3, oh God, really? Lord Farquaad, where are you?
In the back.
Yeah, in the back. Did you strap yourself in?
I'm going to say that Fauna has partially strapped herself in. I would say maybe not completely,
Okay.
given the speed.
Yeah.
And the
Fair
tail.
enough. Gumdrop button 1. How about you?
I don't think I would have had time to strap myself in. So I would
Alright.
have been holding on to like the rail or
Fauna's
something.
tail or something.
Something. I'm holding on to something.
Fair
Whatever I
enough.
can get my hands on.
And Drury Lane. How about you?
I will be holding onto the side of the open door next to the big Gatling gun because I figure that's where
Yeah.
the winch probably was. So
Yeah.
I would have come up on that and be
Yeah.
around there anyway.
Yeah.
Just kind of
the
looking
nice-
out going, oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, the nice shiny 50 cal. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay then. Well, I will ask all of you to make endurance plus survival, please.
Perfect.
Is this for detecting and disabling traps or similar hazards?
No, it's not being. It's for not being flung out of the wreckage of a very large metallic thing that used to fly that is no longer flying and being flung free of it.
I would say that's hazardous.
Yeah, but not exactly a trap as such.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool.
Does your hazard awareness thing detect the ground as a hazard? It's just like.
Well, I don't think you need much hazard
Pull up.
detection for that.
Pull up. Collision detected. Pull up. Pull up. I got a 4 and a 1.
All right, so 3 successes. Yeah, you're fine. You're just riding the whirlwind. You're still on the tether, so you're just swinging out, swinging back in, grabbing the gun, firing off a few rounds at some, super mutants as they come
N.E.R.A
in
is
view.
having a field day. This is the best outing you guys could have taken her on, short of going to a new library.
Yeah. You know, there's like alarms going off, you know, and
It's just big box, little boxing to it all.
Yeah. Noises and, you know,
Yeah.
all the colors of the rainbow being flashed up on Spoosh's cabin display, but you're having a ball. This is the best ride ever. Next on my list, Maisie. How'd we go?
I did not succeed. I needed 8 and I rolled 2 11s.
Okay, so you've been buffeted around and are basically knocked out. You got the concuss. You know, got
Could be
the
worse.
got the biff in the noggin.
Could be the drippy drippy buzz buzz.
Yeah. Well, you know, the advantage is you're not going to tense up when the thing hits the ground. So, you know, you're not going to have those, like, whiplash injuries. I think
Lost a tooth. Lost one of my front teeth.
Yeah.
My
Right,
tooth,
you just have to get a. You just have to get a gold one now.
And,
Here's
Fauna.
the hat.
I needed to get under 15 because Fauna's tank, so I got 8 and 2.
All right, so you're fine. You're just, like, toughing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no drama.
I'm wedged in.
Yeah. Wedged in, you know, just, like, literally same size as a power armor suit. So you just put your feet in those, locked them in, locked your head in, and you're good to go. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
no dramas. No, Spoosh, you're driving, so you didn't need to roll. So as you plummet, Spoosh, can I get a driving roll from you?
Sure can.
Just to see how bad the crash is.
Do you want is it just agility pilot or
Pilot plus what is pilot normally associated with? It is normally associated with
Perception.
Perception, yep.
that's a little bit better than can do. So perception of 8, pilot is 3, so statistically I should be sort of okay. But when do I ever have statistics? I rolled a double 1 to make up.
Right.
Well
Okay.
done.
Wish I had rolled up
Bush,
4, deflected the
You
miss.
see this lovely clearing. You know, there's a truck to one side, and by the looks of it, but you got a nice clearing, and you know, while the rest of it's like rocky ground and what have you. You might spy a couple of tents there, but you know, it looks like a nice clearing area, and you hit. It slams in, and you know, you're just dragging through for you know, maybe 80 to 100 meters as you know, speed slows down and slowly come to a grinding halt.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
Yeah, and as soon as it stops, yeah, that's when the airbag opens up and smacks Mayhem in the face, waking her up.
Is that how I lose my tooth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the airbag.
At least didn't break your nose as well. Like you were the most your nose broken.
Well, yeah. Of course, Spoosh, yours goes off, but you wouldn't have noticed because you're, hey, no nose.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of just
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, so you come to a grinding halt, and what you gonna do now? There's smoke filling the cabin. It's looking at, and Saz, can you pull up the map just so chat can see what's going on?
I think because Fauna's relatively okay, she's probably going to grab Maisie and pull her out.
Cool. So you've all seen the map, so you know what's going on. And you'll be, well, the left-hand side there is the side that is the easiest access out, because you've got doors either side, obviously. But that one's already open. And N.E.R.A will be still cable tied to the winch, but yeah. So yeah, you're gonna get the somewhat punch drunk, slightly groggy, slightly sore-headed Mayhem out.
Yep.
No
Gonna get the
dramas.
captain out. Make sure she's got her hat.
Yep. And
Sort of jaunty ankle. I love it.
so that's you two. N.E.R.A.
So N.E.R.A's gonna unwinch herself after like going around in small circles for a couple of times, doing the wind up and wind down, and be like, okay, that was fun. What's next?
Why don't just call over her shoulder? It's like, make sure Spoosh can get out.
Oh,
Let's
hey,
just...
Spoosh.
Spoosh will kind of just be slowly getting up and like, I see this as it could have been a lot worse. Not too bad.
Yeah. Could have a lot more flames.
Hopefully,
That was amazing. I would like to declare you have an honorary degree from flight school, sir.
Oh, excellent. I was trying to figure out if I could maybe some sort of applied physics to this, but I'll see how we go. Theoretical flight, maybe. If we get out quick enough, hopefully the mutants will strip the vertibird instead of stripping us of organs.
Well, N.E.R.A, would you like to roll your danger sense?
Danger,
Doohickey,
Will Robinson.
please.
Yes. Oh yeah, okay. 3 successes.
Okay, it's inside the balls. Basically, your sense is going off. There's multiple contacts pinging out from your motion sensors all around you, out to about 40 meters, where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of things happening. As you all kind of like get yourselves out, there is smoking wreckage. Of course, the way you managed to land this spoosh is that the rotors didn't actually bend, so you did pretty well. You managed to flip the rotors up just before hitting, using them for your auto disengage emergency protocols that you remember reading in the manual, and you've done a pretty good job. There's a small amount of fire, but it seems that and it was on board after you'd been hit by the missiles, but it seems like dragging through all the dust and dirt and what have you has put the fire out. So there doesn't seem any real threat of the vertibird going up at the moment. But as you all stagger out, again, you got to go out through the same door, Spoosh, that everybody else has. You start to notice a bunch of super mutants, and they've been kind of coming out of those tents that are on the right-hand side of the screen. So you got like what appears to be a car embedded in a wall of rubble and a junk fence. Well, I'm no artist. I think I did a pretty good, decent job of a junk fence from overhead. But yeah, so there's a car on its side. So from that side, there's a couple of tents on that side as well, not the truck side. And of course, off screen, off that map, you're getting a few more of these super mutants start to look over, and one pulls out a minigun, and I think we're going to be going to initiative again. So let me just get to my right page here. Our initiative order is Master Minigun is going to go first, and at a speed of 15. Drops the minigun and just starts firing. This is a super mutant master, so big, bulky, green, angry. You just like disturbed their dinner. And yeah, starts firing away and is going to shoot at N.E.R.A.
Bring it.
All right, so that is going to do, because I pre-rolled all of these because I was smart. It's going to hit you in the torso
Yep.
and is going to do 3 points of damage.
Oh. And it's physical?
Yep, that's for
It's
the
going to
first
do
shot.
1.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
The next one is also going to do 3 points of damage.
Oh, ow.
The next one is going to do 3 points of damage.
Ow.
The next one is going to do 2, so that won't care. And the last one will do 3 plus 1 penetration. So reduce your armor by
2?
1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Done. Next is N.E.R.A. You're up.
Cool. My turn.
Yeah. So basically, what you can see coming out is there's a super mutant master
Uh-huh.
with a minigun.
Cool.
There is also Zug, Yanni, and Xander, who are super mutant brutes. And Angela, Brutus, and Cassius, and Desdemona, Evangelina, and Faustus, super mutants. So you've got basically one super mutant master with a minigun,
Yep.
2 brutes with boards with nails through them, wickedly
Yep.
sharp nails, and 1 rifle, and 6 regular super mutants. 2 with boards, 1 with a flamer, 2 with rifles, and 1 with a sledge.
Okay. All right.
Would you like me to put all of that in chat?
Nope, that's fine. I've got it in my head now. And the super mutant that just shot at me, are they standing on anything wood?
No, not really. Like
Okay.
dirt.
Right.
They've,
Gotcha.
they've come out of that the tent up in the let's say northeast corner on the left hand,
Mhm.
on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've come out of that tent.
And is that a stack of tires next to the tent?
No, it's a water barrel.
Oh, boring. Yeah, all right. I'm going to Assaultron head them.
Okay, fire away.
3 successes.
Okay. So that is they have a defense of 2.
Uh-huh.
So that means you have 1 over and above what you
Yep.
require.
Extra damage, please.
Yep. Fire away.
Cool. 6, 8, 12 damage the-
Yep, in the
head.
So
Very
armor
nice.
reduces that down to 8. And let me see, that's all of a sudden I can't math.
What are the numbers?
That's all right, I can math again
Okay.
now. Yeah, not at all happy.
Mhm.
Yells, "Stupid robot!"
No,
And
very smart robot.
grabs its head. It will be out for a couple of turns.
Cool. And as a minor action, I would like to run. Oh no, can I climb? Can I
Yeah,
climb?
you can climb.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to climb on top of the vertibird.
Okay, yep, you can scramble up. Awesome. You would be done. Spoosh.
Well, now that I'm out as well, I will fire also at the biggest threat, and I guess that is the Super Mutant Master.
Yep, and you have more of a direct. Actually, no, you don't. You're on the same side, so yeah, you have the same line of sight as everybody else.
Cool.
Yep, fire away.
As we know as well, super mutants are pack creatures, so as such, going for the alpha one, and you're using canine terms, is the way to go. I will fire my laser gun. I have rolled myself sorry, energy weapon 6, 8. So that is 3 successes.
Okay. You need to get over 2, so you have an extra 1. So great. So damage or action points.
Excellent. So let's put up the table of what the dice symbols mean. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 points of damage with my laser gun. I'm just checking because I don't remember if my laser gun has anything. I don't think it has piercing or anything like that. I don't think laser guns have anything. Why the book keeps having issues? It's my computer, not the book itself.
Yep. No, you're good. Where'd you hit?
I have hits on the eight on the torso.
On the torso. Okay. Cool. Yep, you get a palpable hit in. He goes from to and kind of looks at you and he's like, stupid here. Stupid thing. Yeah. Any other actions? Burning any more action points for a second? Got nothing left?
I will try and I will just moving to try and yes, I won't climb on top like N.E.R.A. I will more try and get either towards the smoke or the other side of the vertibird to put something between my precious thin withered skin and bullets.
Well, they're all seem to be coming from the right-hand side, so where that car wall is, rather than the truck at the moment.
Yeah, I will duck around then to just under the left side, I guess, or just
Yeah.
under the hood of the vertibird because they have hoods.
Well, Fauna,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Fauna's gonna pull out the 50 cal.
Yeah. Bring it.
Yep. Which
All right,
means...
and I will type these in. So you got master minigun.
And that's right. I need to get under 7.
Sorry, this is me just typing everything in chat for you.
No, that's all good. I rolled a 20.
Okay. It's a revolver, so it's not gonna jam.
Is it gonna explode?
No, because if it does, it's taking your hand with it.
Mm.
And I'm not that cruel, unless you want to have a mechanical hand sometime later on. The claw.
N.E.R.A.'s got one she can spare.
I mean, I'm kind of open to it.
We could put one of the vertibird rotors onto as a giant.
Yep.
No,
true.
I need
All right.
something that I need something that was still let Fauna like plant things, not like destroy completely. She needs something that can do both.
Like a scratchy, like a spadey hand, so you can dig. And...
Well, that's what the claw would do as well. Like the claw can be a diggy hand as well as can be a slicey hand.
What you're saying is you want a garden hoe other than.
Yeah, I want a multi-purpose hoe, not just a single-use one.
I mean,
Don't
they're
we
the best
all?
kind.
Exactly.
Multi-talented, always.
Absolutely.
Invest in
They've,
renewable energy.
they've spent the time upskilling.
No.
I would like to benefit from it accordingly.
Do you
Cooking
want
off.
soft skills or hard skills?
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column A.
A cook-off is one of the complications. So, are you left or right-handed?
I will say she's right-handed.
Then she takes 3 points of damage as the round cooks off in
Yeah.
the chamber. So,
Fair.
fire
Haven't got
one
any
round.
armor in my hands.
So yeah, you fire, you miss, and the cheap ass ammo that you got in the other chamber cooks off and just blows. Which means you'll need to also use your minor actions to reload all of the reload the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is now a 5-chambered gun until you can repair it.
Fair.
Because the other chamber with the cook off is just burnt into there. You gotta get it and clean it out.
Yeah.
And let me just finish. I should have done this earlier. Xander has a board. And then we have Angela, Brutus, Cassius. I might have been on a little bit of a Shakespeare kick when naming them. There you go, in chat. So, Super Mutant Master, 3 brutes, and 6 regular Super Mutants. Just so you know what's going on. And next on the list is Mayhem. You don't go last for a change.
I am going to scramble somewhere where I have a bit of height. Probably on, I don't know, like maybe on the tail of the vertibird or somewhere I can just get a little bit of height. And I'm gonna lob Percival into the group of super mutants.
Okay. And make your roll.
What was it again for explosives? Is it
Throwing plus agility, I think, when you're throwing.
No, it was perception, wasn't it? For explosives.
Yeah, throwing
yeah,
plus
yes.
perception. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20 and a 13.
So where are you standing?
Probably on the tail of the vertibird, facing the
Okay.
right where the.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, the nuke that was underneath the vertibird isn't underneath the vertibird anymore, because Kronk pulled the lever and left it on the ground back at Pine Gap. Thankfully, because sorry, it's Percival, is it? You drop Percival on the ground underneath you.
Oh no.
You may want to run.
Yes, I will jump off of the tail.
And manage to get out of the way just in time as there is an enormous explosion.
Earth-shattering kaboom.
Yes, very much a earth-shattering kaboom when you were that close to it. And you will take 1 point of damage.
Do
I
I
knew
take
when I was
anything for
calling
being on
him.
top as well?
Sorry,
Do I
say
take
again?
anything for being on top of the vertibird?
No,
Okay,
because the like at the back and the wing
gotcha.
is in the way. So, and there's enough distance, there's enough armored vertibird between you.
Gotcha.
What you can see though from your vantage point there, N.E.R.A, is that there are now an additional 6 brutes pouring out of the back of the truck, and another 6 super mutants coming out of the back of the truck and round from the left-hand side where the those tents are, and 2 super mutant masters, one with a flamer and one with a rocket launcher, are also coming around the front of the truck end. They are about to do all of their firing. I'm not going to roll for all of them. What I'm going to say is, N.E.R.A, you're going to take about 5 or 6 points of damage. Everybody else is going to take 2 just straight off, no armor, what have you. Because there are now 18 super mutants surrounding you, plus 12 brutes and 3 super mutant masters. Now, they're sort of, where am I? They're horseshoeing you at the moment from where they've come out at the upside down horseshoe. So they've come out in the back of the truck, they've come around the car, and there's like just a small space at the front. So going north, if you will.
Gotcha.
That is clear for you to run or something.
Gotcha.
So I'll take us out of combat time.
Okay.
Because it is very, very, very clear that these are overwhelming numbers. You're the only one who can see them because you're of your vantage point, and the fact that, you know, you've got your danger sense stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay, so seeing all of this and seeing the hopelessness of the situation, N.E.R.A is going to take off her backpack and throw it in Spoosh's direction and say, "File loading. Well, it's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. File loading. Get out of here! Go! Go! Go away!" And then her eyes are going to turn red because she has hit 5 trauma and is going to go self-destruction mode, engaged. Self-destruction in 10, 9. Self-publication is still a crime! And is going to jump down from the vertibird, and like chariots of fire playing out through the top of her head. Dun, 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 is running into the group of super mutants. 4, 3, 2. Fuck you!
Can you give us the final and poetic description of what happens here?
So as N.E.R.A turns around and says, "Fuck you all," she looks at the super mutant with the rocket launcher and goes, "You're mine," and just gives him a big bear hug with her arms around his leg and is gripping onto the rocket launcher. "Maybe now I'll be in an encyclopedia, boys and girls," as bits of super mutant go flying and rockets go flying. And it's like, you know, these are the Australian Army super mutants, but maybe it's the 4th of July somewhere in the world, and fireworks are going off, ladies and gentlemen.
And scene. So, just to fill everybody in, the effect of N.E.R.A engaging her self-destruct mode is it just blows everything out of on the left-hand side there. So there is basically a small mushroom cloud developing where that truck barricade used to be. The vertibird itself is pushed over on its side, and, well, really fucked now. If it were only barely fucked before, it is 100% fucked. The rest of the super mutants on the other side, like the 3 or 4 of them that came out from that side, are just like, and, you know, a bit dazed. And, yeah. What are the rest of you doing? Because you're, like, slammed into the dirt as this fairly major tactical nuclear device that was embedded inside a very, 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 well, now we know, kind of had a few anger management issues, N.E.R.A. Yeah, it goes off.
I vote we run.
Running too. I like running.
Yeah. Yeah. We take the moment N.E.R.A has given us and we get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah. We
Okay.
can mourn her later, but like we've got to go and we've got to go now.
Well, as you say, there is an opportunity for you to leg it through the fire and destruction wrought to the north, and you make good your escape. And at that, I think we'll close out the session tonight, where we will definitely have F in chat for N.E.R.A, and a absolutely well played for Nephthys. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I won't be here all night, but do tip your waitresses and definitely try the chicken.
And read all of the books.
Read all of the
N.E.R.A.
books. Get
Read
a
all of
book
them.
off ya.
Just don't fold the corners or
No,
N.E.R.A
oh.
spirit will come after you and murder you in your sleep.
See, now we've got a new take on the Christmas Carol, you know, the ghost of N.E.R.A's past. We so have to do a Christmas special of that. Yeah, maybe not, but yeah, we
There
kind of
goes
do.
Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grimm. Gave a prize for being mean. The book would be up just somewhere.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be awesome. Let's pencil that one in, you know. The ghost of N.E.R.A's past, Christmas Carol.
Only if we actually get to sing in it.
Oh, we
Dear God.
haven't sung today.
I've been singing repeatedly
yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
come on.
Yeah.
There has been multiple small bouts
yeah,
of singing.
there's been a lot of quoting, yes. But no actual song.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just haven't been paying attention.
All right, okay, fine. I haven't been
So
paying attention.
long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
That's
Kaboom,
right.
kaboom, to you and you and you.
All right. Well, while you're on fire, Nephthys, let's get your favorite moments and lead us on the process of bowing out for tonight. And yeah, over to you.
Awesome. Favorite moments? Surfing on a skiff towards a vertibird. Who doesn't want to do that? Am I right? And you know, obviously my self-sacrificing moment. I've been Nephthys. I was playing your very tiny Cabbage Patch Doll sized National External Retrieval Automaton or N.E.R.A unit. And kaboom, bitches. You can find me everywhere. I'm everywhere under NephthysNile. Search for my name. You will find where I am.
Awesome. Who should we go to next? Let's go with Cass. You want to play us out?
I'm Cass, or Mayhem, the slightly toothier version now, or toothless version, I should say. I have lost a tooth, but I'm slowly developing all the traits that you would usually find in a good captain. So things are progressing well. I don't think there is a Radiant Shadows next Saturday. There may be something else, so keep your eyes out on the Meeples and Dragons channel. Otherwise, I will be Mayhem back here on the 26th.
And what was
See
your
you then.
favourite moment?
My favorite moment, I think, was probably when we were going down in the vertibird, and for me, in my mind, as N.E.R.A was hanging on to the gun and sort of flying in and out, I just had in my head, I was just hearing Ave Maria, and everything was just kind of slowly moving. So
Oh, if only I'd thought of that, I would have sung it for you.
so in my imagination, perfect.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was just
Yes.
the visual was just
Beautiful.
fantastic.
Beautiful.
Loved it.
Very,
And
very
I loved
nice.
all of the good rolls from Spoosh tonight. It was
Yes.
it was refreshing change.
Yeah, it's something new for me.
Very
All
nice.
right, Fauna.
I am surprisingly not dead. I went into night fully expecting it was a possibility. I have been Fauna, your Rue of unusual size. My favorite moment for tonight was actually the alliteration that we got up with. That was probably my favorite moment, just working out all the alliterations we could do, as we really did quite well at mowing down our our enemies until the super mutants came in properly. So I am also Piggles. You can find me on Threads and Instagram, mostly doing bits between drawing and taking pictures of my cats, which is lovely. But yes, you will find me here in a couple of weeks' time for the aftermath of tonight. And where our slightly smaller party takes us from there.
And finally to the Muffin Man himself.
Yeah.
The Muffin Man?
Anthanum Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite, it's hard to pick a favorite moment out of it. It was overall entirely my favorite moment, whether the theoretical poop gun of kangaroo feces. I like the image of imagining N.E.R.A kind of doing the whole like cowboy thing, like riding on top of a vertibird. I'm sad that it wasn't while the vertibird was falling, but that's how I like to imagine it as well still. Just kind of spinning around, shooting errantly. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite moment out of it all. The whole thing is still terrifying to me. But yes, I'm Joel, or Mr. Loreman. Yeah, I will be back here as well in 2 weeks to find out just how. I don't know, maybe we can like piece together like a little Shakespearean sort of one of the heads of N.E.R.A, and we could like talk to it and do some.
Oh, we so are now. Yeah.
Either that or give it a little vertibird rotor and it can just kind of fly around and just spout out N.E.R.A quotes every now and then.
What have I done,
Yeah.
chat? What have I
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, just like a recording voice box of like, put me
Just me.
down.
Put me down. You get a book up, yeah.
Just look up random book
So,
quotes.
with a little string.
Yeah. Let's make cookies for the boys. Don't ask me. I'm just a librarian.
And then every now and then just comes out with self-publishing is fan fiction.
And I'm going to say thank you all. My favoritist moment, and there were a few tonight because, let's face it, you were all on ball. Like totally on when we were on was all of the Anthonyms. Thank you. I much appreciate that. The impersonation, of course, is flattery. But my absolute favoritist moment was just that split second where we could see Joel actually contemplating having Spoosh take off and leave you all there. It was there, right? It just for a split
moment.
second, you can see it. It was like, I could.
I could be halfway back to my lab by now.
And then it's like, no, I won't. And I'm going, oh, you're just watching, waiting for which way that process was gonna go, man.
The coin was spinning. It was spinning.
Yeah. And for a moment, I was thinking, yeah, he's gonna do it, isn't he? He's gonna just fucking take off and fuck this entire scene, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. That is so typical of you lot.
Trying to say
that we're chaos embodied. I mean,
and that he whinges about it so much.
No,
but
like,
yes, you do, but you enjoy whinging about it.
Yeah,
It brings
I do
you
enjoy
joy.
whinging about it. The fun part of this game for me is getting to play with this awesome cast, with our absolutely magical, if slightly lost her voice due to technology, producer, and just ride the wave of chaos that is you lot. So it is with a little bit of heavy heart that I say thank you, Nephthys, for being part of the cast. I know you shall be moving on to bigger, brighter, better things, which is, for those who were wondering why, we blew up N.E.R.A. It was to, we will be coming back for a season 2. But unfortunately, Nephthys won't be able to be joining us for that. So, we thought, well, fuck it. Let's just blow her up.
Go out with a bang, baby.
Yeah.
We had a lovely talk about it. It was all decided.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we don't normally pre-script so much, but this was a little bit scripted to get us to hit.
Because I wanted my moment, boys and girls and others. I wanted my moment.
Oh, I think you had your moment.
I fucking took it.
But no, it's been a pleasure playing with you. These last X many episodes, what are we, 13?
13 today. Lucky 13.
Yeah, lucky 13. Next session will be in 2 weeks' time, which shall be 1 year in the future. As the remaining cast hoof their way back from Alice Springs to Sydney. And they're going to have a couple of level ups along the way, and they are going to write me a couple of little vignettes of what they're doing in that time. Yes, they are. It's on the internet now, Cast. You kind of have to do it. And we'll be playing out the last 2 episodes as sort of like epilogue stuff. Sorry, I'm just reading what Saz just wrote. Yeah, yes, they will give you updated stats as well, Saz. Absolutely. So thank you all for coming. As to what's happening next Saturday, I can answer that question. I'll be running a Western, 2-shot, double barrel shot Western for a few folk. So watch the space for that. And we're raiding out to Mike Moans. Yes, absolutely. So hang around, see Mike. He is good people. Is he modeling today or painting, or what's he doing? Do we know? Do we care? Hang around for Mike anyway. So we're going to raid out, and hopefully he'll be doing something cool and interesting, and we will see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye.